Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. It is a Monday. Y'all know what this is. This is Talks. This is the live stream every Monday, every Monday. But it's going to be a little special this week. We going to talk, family. We got to talk. Because I'm seeing a lot of things going on online. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. There's a lot of infighting that's been happening this weekend, so we're going to have to talk. That's why I titled it the way I did. We need to stand together. Because if we don't stand together, we all fall. But before we get into that, family, you're going to get a little bit of a bet on black today. Yes, you are. Y'all know what Bet on Black is. That is the segment where I spotlight black business and black personalities. Because if we don't promote each other, who will? And if y'all know Gavin Richard, this brother comes on his show every Thursday to discuss the hot topics that go on. And he always has great insight. And he also has a YouTube channel as well, where he goes in and brings the commentary and brings the heat. So I said, let's finally hook up and speak. So I have the brother, Shawn James, in the building. Shawn James, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I am great. I am great. The sun is shining. It's not cold down here in Atlanta anymore. Life is good. So just let everybody know a little bit about yourself who may not be familiar with you.
Well, I am a writer and publisher of the SJS
I
Direct
hope he
imprint.
did not freeze. It looked like he froze.
Did
Or
I
it might be
freeze?
me. I think it's
Well,
me.
I'll start all over again.
Okay. There we
Well,
go.
I am the publisher of the SJS Direct imprint, and my mission as a writer and a publisher are to create positive stories about the Black experience and show Black people a richer picture of Black life in my literature. And on my SJS Direct imprint, I produce everything from nonfiction books that deal with men's issues to fantasy fiction like the Isis, Easton, and John Haynes series to novels that show you a richer and diverse picture of Black life, such as novels like The Thetas and A Recipe for Success and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy. And I've been doing this for about 20 years or so, and I've been trying to reach a larger audience and trying to get brothers and sisters see a bigger picture of Black life than what we get in the mainstream media.
Cool. That's what's up. Because, like, again, if they're not telling our stories, right? It's always some slant to it. Somebody got to be of a particular group. They just can't do a straight, this is a black man, this is a black woman, here's a problem. Let's see how they get to solving this issue. Nah, they don't want to do that. They always want to limit our abilities or give us a handicap. Like we don't have enough in the real world. But I appreciate the fact that you're trying to create stories like that, because as a screenwriter, I'm trying to do that as well. And every time I send it out, they say they love the story, but it's not realistic. That's mostly what I get back. Which I'm like, how is it real? How is it not realistic? Because I'm putting people in a situation that there's no slant. It's just straightforward storytelling. I'm sorry that there's
That's
no character that's, of a particular group or a particular box you can keep us in.
that's what I ran into when I was submitting screenplays myself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for those who don't know, it's a tough business being a screenwriter because unless you're trying to cater to what they want out there, it's very tough to put out and get a product looked at and moved on that you can get produced. Sometimes you got to do it yourself, which sucks. But you also get complete control of what you produce. But that's what we fall into. So let's start there. So apparently that new movie Megan came out about that killer doll, I guess. but it was written by a black woman, and she's getting showered with adulation because I guess she came up with an original concept somewhat, and they're saying that Chucky might get a run for their money.
Hmm.
So my question to you is, do you think that, of course it's Hollywood, do you think they're going to try to do some sort of Megan Chucky mashup to try to limit that success?
I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to find a way to create a knockoff, because usually when they have a black creator make something, what Hollywood does is they go out here and try to create a knockoff character so that they can make the property their own, because this is all about them having ownership of that IP. So what they want to do is go out here and they'll watch the success of a Megan. Then all of a sudden we're going to see a knockoff character come out, and then they're going to start dealing with that white screenwriter instead of this black screenwriter, because it's all about keeping the wealth inside of white Hollywood and not allowing other black creators to get a foothold in.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize I muted it. I was asking, as a screenwriter, you said you did screenplays as well. Can you tell us like what kind of problems you ran into trying to get your stuff submitted?
Well, when I wrote my screenplay all about Maryland, I was submitting it out for work. And what happened was I got a lot of rejections from different places. Some people didn't even want to read it. And I even sent it to some screenplay contests. And what I ran into was a lot of people who didn't like, they liked the concept, but they didn't like the fact that the lead character was a black woman. And when they heard that the white female character had assaulted the Maryland character, they were looking to defend the white female for her heinous actions, not understanding that I was trying to make a commentary about how Hollywood just totally mistreats black actresses, and they wanted to go out here and defend the white actress. So they turned the script down because I was really upsetting a lot of these Hollywood types as related to me looking to say that a black woman was more beautiful than a white woman. And they were also upset about saying that the white woman's actions would be where she goes berserk when she sees a black woman getting more attention. And they didn't like a lot of what I put into that script all about Maryland, because it was telling a lot of truths about a lot of the racism that goes on behind the scenes. So it was a story about Hollywood they didn't like hearing. And another thing I ran into, as in addition to them not liking what they heard, was they were trying to turn it into a story about a child star when it was actually a story about a black actress in Hollywood. So they oftentimes try to rewrite our stories, even if we submit them. That's one thing I ran into in Hollywood.
Yeah, they they love changing things around. I don't get it. I'm like, we craft the story a certain way because it stays linear and it gets to the point. When you start adding all this other stuff into it, then that's where the problems come in, and then it gets confusing for people, and then you don't like it. But
Yeah.
since I have you here and you're a writer as well, and I've also seen you critique a lot of movies and a lot of projects, I want to ask you about the so-called new Black British invasion, meaning these British actors and actresses come over here thanks to Hollywood, and they're taking the roles from Black American thespians, but they're also putting them in roles that they haven't been immersed in the culture with, like with this Whitney Houston movie that came out. Now it's not doing well, and we know why. The woman can't sing, for one. Number two, it doesn't look like Whitney. But I don't think Hollywood's gotten a grasp of it yet, that you cannot bring foreign Black actors to play Black American icons and think that the Black American diaspora is going to go for that. And they're seeing it now by losing hundreds of millions of dollars on these projects. So what's your opinion on that?
Well, what they're trying to do with these foreign born actors is be able to push an agenda. They know that if a foundational black American is reading that script, they're going to see certain stereotypes as related to black culture, and they're going to go back to those executive producers and director and push back on these concepts when they try to shoot them on screen. So, what in order to avoid having to deal with foundational black American actors pushing back, what they do is recruit these black actors from the UK and other countries and have them go out here and do these performances because they can get them to do these performances on screen and participate in these stereotypes because they're not familiar with the culture. So the reason why they go out here and recruit foreign born actors is because your producers want to get away with being able to breathe brand new life in the old stereotypes, and they want to be able to get away with putting all sorts of imagery and symbols inside of their films that are anti-black because these foreign-born blacks don't know what's going on. They think they're just performing a role, but what they don't know is that they're actively participating in racist stereotypes and normalizing racist stereotypes. So that's why a lot of these movies are not doing well because many foundational black Americans, we see through all of this and we just say, hey, I'm not going to go see this movie. But the foreign born black, they don't know that they're being used as a pawn by the Hollywood studios. But this is something that has been going on for a while. And the way we deal with that is the same way we dealt with this Whitney Houston movie. We vote with our wallet and let these movies flop at the box office.
Yes, sir. And the reason why I brought that up was we saw what happened with that Bond movie, folks. Did you see the Bond movie?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. And we didn't care if they were doing a black Bond. Okay, that was weird to us, but okay, fine. Then they said it was a woman. We were like, okay, fine. But then we found out that she was based in the UK. Still gave it a little grace until we did our research on her and found out that she was saying some disparaging things about black folks over here. And we said, nope. As much as we love the James Bond franchise, nah, we good on that. We're not gonna go watch that. And obviously, we saw what happened. Nobody even talks about it anymore. Hell, did it even come out? I don't even know. Did it even come
Came and
out?
went.
That's what I figured. But I was just asking because you know how Hollywood likes to keep pushing movies back. So it's crazy. But today I found something. I found another foreign black actress deciding to talk stuff about us, which I still don't understand why you're doing this. You should have read The Room. What is her name? Here we go. Here's the article. I wanna hit Shawn with this, and we're talking with Shawn James. Uh, You said you're in fantasy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fantasy writer and YouTuber who has very blunt commentary, but he's very thorough. So check him out on his channel, Shawn James. That's all you got to put in. Just put it in. And when you see the subject title, just know you're in for about 10 to 15 minutes of straight knowledge because this man has seen it all and he can dissect it well that you can understand it. But here we go. We have this article. Now, this woman is called Kush Jumbo, and she said Black UK stars win US roles because we are better. She said this back in 2017. Now, folks, up until today, I've never heard of this woman before. That's probably a good reason because they ran her off the block. Shout out to the FBA. They ran her off the block. So much so she ran back to the UK and she's been over there ever since. But this is the line that got me heated. This right here, Shawn. It said, the Good Fight star said, the reason I am doing so well is our training, our work ethic. We learn our lines.
That right there is some BS.
Yeah. But don't you just love when they always use that trope? We work harder.
That's something that some people do because they want to buy into the anti-black narratives about foundational black Americans, trying to say that we're lazy, but that's not the case.
Yeah. And when she said that she was 31, that is a old looking 31. I ain't gonna lie
Yep.
to you. She looked like somebody grandma or somebody old auntie that never got any love. Or her man keep cheating on her. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm almost
but
50 and I don't look that bad.
hey, listen, you 50, you still got your hair. I'm 37 and I'm losing mine, but that's the non-FBA hairline. So, it is what it is. We can't do much about that except, do vitamin D and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna need these black UK stars to pay homage. By the way, ma'am, since you say people don't learn their lines, I would love for her to sit down one day and watch X with Denzel Washington and tell me that man did not learn them lines and internalize Malcolm X. I would like
And
for
they,
them to do that.
on that movie, they played footage from Malcolm X and Denzel Washington side by side, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Couldn't tell the difference. It would have been nice last year if he would have done like a 30th anniversary and he would have just done like a monologue from that movie. It would have been nice. That might have broke the internet, by the way.
Yep.
But yeah, he was one. Lashana Lynch ran her off the block. Jodie Turner Smith ain't getting no work in 2 years. Um, who was that other one? That weird looking chick, Michaela, whatever her name is. Now she in Black Panther. She thinks she into something, but she been saying what she been saying about foundational Black Americans. So I think 2023 has got to be the year that this can't be tolerated anymore. And I
Yeah.
think it's been a very good start with this. I want to dance with somebody, and it also we hit a zenith at that point with the Woman King, but that was just the start. The Woman King was more of like you're in the middle of a war and you've taken a major city, because the backlash we gave that movie, nobody wanted to see it. You saw how white media was really trying to say this is the movie y'all got to see. 4 stars. It was so great. I'm like, but it's a slavery movie. We're not watching this.
We pushed back hard.
Yes, sir. And we pushed back so hard they sent the flunky black thespians out and say, hey, take your money or the money that we give you and go rent out these theaters to inflate the tickets sales and inflate the numbers. I don't even think it still broke even yet.
It never even got there. You needed 150 million in order for this movie to just break even. It cost $50 million, but this movie didn't even get that far. I mean, it was just one of those movies that black people turned completely away from because it was an insult to black women in that they tried to masculinize the black female image, and it also was an insult to black people because here you are making a movie about slave traders. So the Woman King was a big middle finger up at black people, and we just said enough was enough.
Yes, sir. There you go. There you go. Oh shit! Wait, let me switch screens. We found the box office, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to say I would love to take credit for this. I would love to take some of the credit for this. So you said it was 150 million to make, correct?
Just to break even, just to break
To
even.
break even. They're sitting at 92.2 million.
Not even close.
Right. By the way, Avatar just crossed 1 billion in 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks, it crossed a billion. Took Black Panther almost a month. I don't even think they hit a billion yet.
Black Panthers are 800 million at this point.
Right. Yeah, because the last I checked, it was 803 million. But they're still coming out saying, oh, it broke a box office record. I'm like, okay, that's great. It broke a record. That means nothing. Where is the money? So you say, okay, it's the highest grossing female led movie in history. That's great. That means nothing. Now I saw it. It wasn't that bad. There were things that could have been improved. We're not gonna go there. We're probably not gonna see another Black Panther maybe for another decade. So it is what it is. But they're saying they're gonna put Disney Plus shows on there. That's great. Whatever. But let this just be a lesson to foreign-born actors and actresses. Pay homage when you get over here. It's not. I don't think Hollywood's that hard up that they can't create a story that a British person came over here and tried to interact with people over here. It's not that hard. But when y'all try to put the cultural icons and give them those roles, not only is it a slap in the face, but y'all know y'all gonna lose money. Y'all know this, but you still want to do it, so it's okay. But brother Shawn James, I have to ask you a very important question. A very important question. Now, over the weekend, I was engaged in conversations about reparations. I came to have a very, very big dislike for certain white folk because you give them the knowledge of how reparations can be paid and who has to pay it, and they still want to be woefully ignorant and act like they're not supposed we're y'all not supposed to get y'all money. But every other group can have claims and be vocal with it, and you hear nothing. What is it about FBA that just rubs people the wrong way when they come into the talk about reparations?
No, what rubs them the wrong way, I believe, is that a lot of them just do not want to see black people on the same economic level. And in order for white supremacy to work, you have to have somebody at the bottom, and that's where anti black racism comes in. So they need to have black people as their permanent underclass in order for them to feel superior. So what they need to do is keep black people at the bottom, and this is why they don't want to give black people the tangible of reparations, because they know if black people were to get economically equal, they would not be at the bottom of their world. Moreover, they also know that if black people weren't at the bottom, they would know they would not survive for much longer, because most people get their money from the black community. And if the black community remains in the codependent position at the bottom, they can continue to get the 3.3 trillion in cash and credit from excuse me, foundational black Americans, and get that money and keep that money to profit from it. But if we're making our own money and building our own stuff, that's something they don't like. So what they want to do is say, keep us from getting our own economic base. Because if we had our own economic base, we would be the equivalent of China and Japan in terms of economic spending power. And that's something that would totally change the entire economic dynamics of the country.
Yes, sir. Shout out to brother Torian Rain and everybody else. I will shout you out in a little bit. But he said it can benefit if we are financially stable and not dependent on them. That is very true. I liken it to this. I said that when you guys get your reparations, not only will you be the second biggest economy on these shores, and we know the U.S. government can't have that, but you guys will be a top 10 GDP on the planet, because we know how black folks get down in the world. They change industries. We command respect. And I think they also understand that they're going to get taxed if they want to do business with us, and they can't stand for that.
Yeah, we would be a nation within a nation. And again, the second most powerful economy in the world. And that scares them because a lot of people live off the black dollar. Again, you had a lot of these Indian fast food restaurants, Arab corner stores, Korean hair and nail. All those industries would be gone in an instant if black people had money to start their own businesses, create their own industry. I mean, we would be a force. And if we went into manufacturing, that would be even a bigger force, because that's the way the country was going until we had the terrorism that burned down towns like Black Wall Street and Rosewood. I mean, the black economy was going to be an extremely powerful economy. And that's why they don't want black people getting reparations, because it would create that nation within a nation, that economy within an economy. And many of those who were making money off the black economy, they would all go broke in an instant. And again, this is why they don't want reparations being given to foundational black Americans.
Yes, sir. Brother Torian said, I don't know if you saw that episode of Atlanta from season 3, but they did a whole episode about reparations, and that episode may have palm-colored people spooked if they watched it, especially if it goes down that way. Yeah. I don't get it, folks. I mean, all weekend I was showing precedent after precedent after precedent after precedent of the U.S. government paying off all these other groups for reparations. They even called it reparations. But the second I said the government has funds and there's ways to pay them off without having to touch your tax dollars, because all these idiots think that somehow black folks are going to have access to their bank accounts to go take this money. No. Trust and believe the U.S. government could pay off the reparations, but again, they won't do it because then they'll have to admit that they made money off slavery. And they can't have that because the lawsuits outside of the reparations are going to be even greater. But no, you can't tell these idiots anything, but they swear up and down that they're smart people.
Yeah.
But do no research. They do no research.
Because if the U.S. has billions to send to Ukraine, then you've got money for reparations.
Exactly. And it's and hell to hell with Ukraine. If you got they send hundreds of billions to Israel, they don't need it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we can have that conversation. They don't need it. Go to the people that created Israel. We're not going to go there today. That's a whole different subject matter I don't want to get into. But yeah. Hey, guess what? Why Italian Americans? Here's an example. Italian Americans got paid by the government for the L word. You know, the one that they want to act like black folks don't. It's not happening to black folks still in this country to this day. It's not that hard, folks. A little bit of research, spend an hour looking at reparations, and you'll understand. But let me ask you your thoughts on the war. I think it's BS. I think it's just a money transfer. That's how I feel about it. How do you feel about it?
Well, I believe it's one big money hustle. It's a way to get money from one country to the other and basically back to the politicians. So it's one big scam. But the sad part is we have no Americans looking to push back against it. It's Americans' money going to another country and then basically into offshore accounts overseas.
Exactly. Oh man. And he gave that man, he made that man twerk in the Rose Garden to give him another couple $1 billion and said the other one coming a little later.
Yep.
But y'all mad at me and FBA for saying that y'all need to pay off reparations. Hey, pay the reparations. You'll never hear this talk ever again. Black folks will, for the most part, will go fix their legacies and build new ones. What's the problem? Yep. I don't get it. But it's like y'all said, they don't want to compete. They don't want they can't dream of not coming to this country and can't set up shop in a black neighborhood.
They make the easiest money they ever did.
Boy. By the way, you know what would happen the day that y'all get y'all's reparations? Do you know every crowd fried and Obama fried and Kansas fried and Texas fried was shut down immediately?
Yep.
Because a few black people be like, listen, I'm gonna show y'all how to make chicken right now. Everybody gonna go there. All them liquor stores be out. Well, most of the liquor stores be out of the hood. Them Chinese food spots be out the hood. Hell, even the Jamaican restaurants will be out the hood. But
that's all I be seeing.
No more Bravos for those who live in New York. No more Bravo. No more Seatown. D'Agostino's will have competition. Whole Foods will be upset. Oh man, there will be parades all over the city. Sean, which parade are you going to? You going up to
I
Harlem?
I usually don't go to parades.
But come on, the day y'all get reparations, come on, that's a cause for celebration. Y'all got to be outside.
No, I might go outside then.
He said that, but most of the time, he's like, I'm gonna stay in the house. I don't need to be out there. Now, by the way, since you're a New Yorker, by the way, shout out to Lisa Cabrera. She did a story last night. I saw it this morning. Whatever. She was talking about the MTA situation. Now you're on the ground there. How is that MTA situation? Because I know when I left, they was just starting to ramp back up, but you know the cops were still on the train. I think that's when they limited the trains. I think they stopped them at like 4 a.m. to clean them, and then started them back up at 6. How's the situation there now? Because I know
Well,
they raised the tolls again. Shout out
the
to New York.
subways the subways are back up and running to 24 hours again, but
Okay.
they're not very safe. I mean, there's a lot of mentally ill people and homeless people riding the trains. There's a lot of crime, so it's not very safe. And while the fare is still 275 for now, they're talking about that in 5 years they may not have the money to be able to run things. So it's still very tense. And they're saying ridership still hasn't gone up to the 2019 levels. They want it to go back, but nobody wants to do anything about the crime. So since they won't repeal bail reform, it's not very safe on the train. So a lot of people try to avoid the trains if they can, and they try to
Mhm.
either use an Uber or they take a bus in many cases. But subways, they're just not as safe as they were back before the pandemic, and they weren't really that safe back then. I mean, I'd say 2017 it was really safe at one time, but then
True.
they came up with that bail reform, and then it became where it became chaos that we have right now.
Hell on the next stop. That should be your. Hey, you and I should collaborate on that. Hell at the next stop.
Yeah, I don't even ride the trains that much anymore. I try to
Yeah,
I try to take the bus whenever I can.
I feel you. I feel you. You think Uber and Lyft had something to do with that as well?
Not really. This was the MTA's own fault. This was
Yeah.
the fault of Bill De Blasio and Andrew Cuomo, and I say Kathy
Mm.
Hochul because they refused to go out here and admit that this bail reform is a failure. And because they got rid of cash bail, they made the subways unsafe. So it's really the fault of the politicians here who just don't want to take that L. A lot of them want to say it's keeping black and brown people out of jail. But the whole thing is that this isn't about race, this is about safety. And if your people
Hmm.
don't feel safe, they won't invest in their time in taking trips that they possibly would have because people need to feel safe and secure in order for them to want to go outside and take these trips. And that's what they don't really understand is that you have an environment that doesn't feel safe. You can try to tell me it's my perception, but I'm seeing crazy people everywhere I go. I mean, even went to the supermarket last weekend and I was on the bus and I'm seeing guys wilding out. So it's not giving people an incentive to go out if they don't feel safe. And that's what many of our politicians don't understand.
Mm. Yeah. It's crazy because, like you said, 2017 was probably the last time it really felt safe. Like
Yeah.
you could actually stay out in Manhattan past midnight and for the most part feel safe.
Yeah. So I
But
remember in
now,
2017, I was coming back from a trip to North Carolina and I rode the train at about midnight and you felt safe. But then they started doing this crazy stuff and that's when the whole thing just fell apart.
yes, sir. They gonna learn, and plus, the system is way outdated. So I made a comparison saying that it's like you're trying to keep a 95 maximum running in 2023. At a certain point, you just gotta give up and change
Yeah.
cars. But it's like they don't want to. They never updated the system. There's always delays. If, if somebody drops their goddamn wallet on the track, it's a 2 hour delay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course the homeless people ride the train and all that. New York ain't been the same since them towers fell.
No, it lost its heart.
Yeah.
It lost its spirit. People lost their confidence at 9/11. That's something I've observed that Americans really, it took a bruise to their ego. They never expected to take that kind of L in their lives, and they just didn't know how to cope with taking that kind of L.
All right. I mean, yeah, you could rebuild Freedom Tower. That's great. It's not those buildings.
No,
And I mean, hell, I don't even. Last time I went to Times Square, I was like, this don't even feel like the Times Square old.
no,
It's
it
like
hasn't.
no, yeah.
It hasn't been the same in. I mean, it's not even the same since the Disney fight era. So it
Hmm.
just feels like it was in the '70s and the '80s. If you were around in the '80s, it was very gritty and dark. But even then, the people still had some heart and confidence. But now it just feels depressing.
Yeah. $40 for a picture with Elmo, man. If you don't go sit down somewhere.
Hmm.
But I appreciate you coming on for a little bit and discussing, things going on up there and the state of black cinema, I guess you could call it. Now,
Yeah,
before we go, we might lose some people in the chat, but I need to go here. You're a wrestling fan, are you not?
yeah.
Okay. Did you happen to watch any part of Wrestle Kingdom?
I didn't watch that. I just heard about it.
Okay. Did you see Sasha Banks' new persona?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. I'm giving her a pass because that's a brand new character. I'm giving her a pass. But a lot of people are crapping on her. How do you feel it went?
I thought it was okay. I mean, with Sasha, this is a brand new character, and we have to see where this character is going to go. I mean, we're just being introduced to this character, and in order for us to really see if this character is going to work, we got to get to know her in a couple of storylines and see where this character is going to go. It's all about the booking, as I see it at this point, and it's the booking that's going to really see where this character develops into something that people can really get into.
Hmm. That's exactly what I
Sometimes it
said.
takes a sometimes it takes a couple of gimmicks for a character to get over. I mean, if anybody looks at Dwayne Johnson when he first started out, he wasn't getting over with his first couple of characters, and then he eventually got the Rock character and eventually got over.
Right. Exactly. It's her first day out. She never debuted this character, and now she went to the Tokyo Dome. You're talking like 30,000 people. Yes, it's going to be rough edges. Give it some time. She's not going to wrestle again until February. Let her work the kinks out. But I have to give a shout out to Shelton Benjamin. I got to give a shout out to that man. 20 years.
Yep,
That's
one of
crazy.
the best
20
workers
years.
in the game.
Yes, sir. He's got to win the Royal Rumble. Put him on a
I,
Kofi run. Let's do a Kofi Kingston 2019 run. Let's do that one time. He can lose the title next night on Raw. I just want to see him. I just want to see him win it one time.
Give him one title run so he can have it on his career. One of the best workers in the game.
Yes, and bring WrestleMania back to Atlanta so he can get inducted so I can go. I will turn this blonde for him just for one night, just to celebrate his '08 run. But how do you feel about how, I guess we could say, the WWE treats black wrestlers now as opposed to it is back in the day?
They made some progress. I mean, at least we're seeing black wrestlers getting championships and getting title runs. That's one thing I'm happy to say that we are seeing, because I remember in the '80s when black wrestlers got nothing. I remember when we had Junkyard Dog and Special Delivery Jones, and the
Mhm.
thing that we were happy was just seeing them. And I'm finally getting to see WWE finally starting to put black wrestlers on some level of respect, because finally we're getting to see black wrestlers getting title runs, like Bobby Lashley had one of the Hurt Business, which did was a fantastic character until Vance pulled them. And we're starting to see black wrestlers get the respect that they deserve. That's one of the things I'm happy to finally start seeing. I mean, other federations like WCW and NWA, they were been giving black wrestlers their respect. But I'm happy to finally see black wrestlers starting to get some appreciation for all their years of hard work. And I'm hoping that eventually we'll start to see another black wrestler get to the level that Dwayne Johnson is on right now as a superstar and as an icon.
Yeah. Brother Torian Reigns said Jay Cargill should be storming the MCU. Y'all keep
Superhero.
bringing this up. I don't
She could,
know. I
maybe
don't
she could be
know.
the stunt woman.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, when she does the lightning stuff, yeah, put her in there. But to run her story, nah.
I don't see her
I don't.
acting. We could see her in the stunt role of a.
Yeah, like she could be somebody's like henchwoman. Like right when the hero's about to get to the big bad, she shows up. Hey, you gotta. Hey, yeah, you could have a knockdown, drag out fight with her. That I want to see. But for her to be Storm, nah. I mean, I know she looks it, but nah. We gotta find us a nice dark skinned actress that could pull that off. If I had to pick her to be a superhero, damn, who could she be? Trying to think. What about Vixen?
I don't know.
Too tall?
Yeah, no, just that I don't think she has the presence.
Yeah. She could be Cleopatra Jones.
So that could work for her.
She could definitely be. Oh, she could be. I was thinking about this the other day too. I was laying down and coming up with ideas. I want to reboot Cleopatra Jones, but have her be like the granddaughter.
That would work.
That could work. I think she would be a perfect Cleopatra Jones. Now, can she rock an afro? That's the question. Because I want to try to keep it authentic as I can. Can she rock an afro? But there's that. And I brought up that wrestling question because I saw somebody on Twitter put up a video of Coco Beware wrestling Mr. Perfect. And we know how Coco Beware get down, but most people only remember him due to the bird. And we know that's a Vince thing. He liked gimmicks. Now we have a new generation of black wrestlers, the Kofi Kingstons, the Bobby Lashley's. We can even put The Rock there, he's half. Who do you think embodies black people the best wrestling based? Like if you watch that and you say, hey, who that person is like black people in 2023. I know that's a weird question to ask.
It's hard to say. I'd say Bobby Lashley's like the best of it.
Right. He should be Steel, by the way.
Yeah. But I'd have to say he's the best representation of black people in wrestling.
Yeah, he has power. He has speed. He's beat up white boys. He's beat up many a white boy. And he can be funny when he needs to be. So, yeah. And he's FBA, correct?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's an FBA.
Yeah. And they gave him the proper belt. They didn't make him win the offshoot belt.
Nope, he won the real one.
He won the real one. Shout out to Bobby Lashley. But yeah. So Shawn, I appreciate you coming on talking with me again. And for those that are in the chat, I have links to Shawn's books. So check those out, make a purchase, black business over here. Y'all know how we do it. So before you go, Shawn, just let everybody know, where they can find you if you want to give any parting words. And
all right.
then, again, I appreciate you coming on.
All right. Well, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Shawn James, which is on YouTube. All you have to do is look for my name, ShawnJames. And if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find all of my titles on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And I've got a lot of great titles on there, including the ISIS series and the E-Steam series and the John Hayes series. And I also have a comic E-Steam No Good Deed up there. That's only 99 cents. And I also have lots of nonfiction and men's issues and men's issues titles. So there's a lot of great variety of different things. Again, my mission was presenting diverse stories about the Black experience. So you're going to get a diverse array of experiences by picking up those titles on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. They're even available on other stores like Walmart, and they're in digital format on places like the iBookstore and Google Play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And please, it's 2023. Let's get this man's books trending. Please share it out to your people. Buy a book. Let's do some reviews on the book. That way we get this man trending. We get people to read some great Black stories.
Yeah.
Because it's high time. Because we know Hollywood ain't gonna do it for us, and even our own media at times ain't gonna do it for us. So we're gonna have to do it ourselves. But before you go, Shawn, there was one last thing I wanted to ask you. I actually just saw this on Twitter. Now, I don't understand what's going on out here in these streets, but somebody said that. How would I word this? This whole Will Smith thing that's been going on. No, sorry, not the Will Smith thing. The Dana White thing. We know what they did to Ray Rice 9 years ago. We know this. We all know the story. Dana White damn near did the same thing, except this was in a public area. But he's barely got any backlash. And now Black pundits are running interference for this man. Do you think that? I think if Dana White goes, like if they get rid of him, like buy him out, that the UFC is dead. Because he's basically a large part of why it's successful. Especially with Rogan not always being there. And we know it's white supremacy that is facilitating all this hush-hush stuff. But my question to you is, does this signal that we need to really start focusing on creating our own stuff? Because honestly, I didn't even see that Israel dude, that Nigerian. I didn't even see him come outside and defend this man. So
yeah, well, I say we do need to create our own, because I've had viewers tell me about all of the racism that goes on at UFC, and what I find troubling is you've got black bootlegs who go along with this. But when I look at the UFC, which is a trash organization run by white supremacists, as I see it, we shouldn't even be dealing with these people. I mean, this organization is hot garbage, and it's clear that it's an organization run by a bunch of white guys who have inferiority complexes and tiny male anatomy, and they need to go out here and create this fighting organization so they can reclaim their masculinity and their manhood and their sense of manhood. And this is not a place we need to be. I mean, we need to have our own. If we want to do this mixed martial arts, we have our own league, we have our own ownership, and we should have our own ownership for all industries and infrastructures. We should be having our own stuff, because when we have our own stuff, we can follow our own standard and would not be out here looking to beg for the scraps and approval of others. And that's what we need to do, because an organization like UFC, again, is not looking out for us. It's basically yet another one of these sports slave plantations. And it's all about sending out some black bucks to go out here to get beat up by some white guys so that they can feel a little bit better about their small anatomy. And that's what the UFC is all about. But it's just, again, we need to have our own stuff. And that's why I started the SJS Direct Imprint, because when I saw that the publishing industry wasn't going to tell our stories, and I had submitted stories to them for a good 5 to 10 years before I realized, hey, they're not going to publish positive stories about the Black experience. They're not going to give us a diverse picture of the Black experience. So I decided to go out here and start my own business to go out here and bring those stories to people, because I said, you know what, if you go over there and you try to give this to them, they're not going to want it. Because I remember the hostility I received, or when I submitted The Temptation of John Haynes to literary agents. I mean, people were being nasty to me. And I realized they were being nasty to me because I was writing a story about a black male CEO. And that was a thing that upset them, the whole idea of a black man having that kind of power. So, in order for us to get our stories out there and get our best and brightest to actualize their potential, we should always be working towards building our own, because when we build our own, we know we're going to bring the very best to the table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know if I want to see black people beat each other up, but hey, they did that for
It's not my
boxing for
thing.
decades. Yeah, they did it for boxing for decades, which is why boxing is dead now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, brother. We must talk again when you do your next book, because we know you got a wealth of ideas.
Yeah. I'm hoping to have the next John Haynes book out in March of 2023. It's right now, I'm editing it right now, but the next John Haynes book should be coming in March of 2023. I'm going to have more updates on the channel about the 2023 catalog, and I'm hoping to let everybody know what's going to go on with that catalog this year.
Cool. All right. Well, like I said, family, his links are in the chat. So check him out. And again, his channel, Shawn James, is right there. So make sure you give him a like if you have not subscribed to him yet. And yeah, we are going to. Now I remember the last question I had to ask you. I'm sorry. I know I have a lot of last questions, but again, I frequent your channel. You got a lot of you got a lot of knowledge on this. I got into it last week with somebody from the Passport Bros community. They did not like my commentary because I said you cannot allow some. I get that you want to go overseas to find love. I get that. But the second you have your interests start talking about black people over here, I'm going to have a problem with it, just like I have a problem with the divestors. This person had the nerve to tell me that if I don't support the Passport Bros, I'm not only not I'm not only anti-black men, but I'm not pro-black. How the hell do you figure that out?
Well, that's some insanity I've been running into ever since 2019. Now, in August of 2019, I tried to debunk the entire passport narrative, and many of these individuals went berserk. And I lost 50% of my patrons on Patreon, and I was attacked by many of these passport bros in a stalking and harassment campaign. And I know how crazy some of these passport bros can be, but we have to understand that a lot of these guys, a lot of them are coming from really, they have mommy issues. A lot of them have been hurt by women. And a lot of them, what they're promoting, they don't understand that they're promoting self hatred by going out here and saying that, oh, we have to love other people, other women. And to say that you're doing this, and if you don't do this, you're not pro black, that's just completely wrong, because the greatest expression of pro-blackness is expressing black on black love. And when a black man shows his love for a black woman, that is the greatest expression of love a black man can have. But when you look at these passport bros, some of these individuals, they have self-esteem issues. Some of them have emotional issues as related to failed relationships. And that is just coloring their view of things. They're believing that these women are better. However, they're not better. If you understand female nature, you understand that women are the same. And it's not that these women are different, because the problem is the man inside. And the man inside, he's thinking that getting somebody of another color is going to be things being better. But the problem is deal with him. And the whole thing is because he won't look at himself, he doesn't see that he's attracting the same type of woman, but in a different color. This is something I went in depth in back in 2019 in August, and I also go into it in my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. And in the case of the divester, the black woman, and the passport bro, the black man, it's like Mad Black 80 says, they are just two of the same type of person. And as I see it, two sides of the same coin. But they want to say you're not pro-black if you're out here and not supporting them, but you are pro-black if you support your own woman and your own community. What makes you be a traitor to the race is going out here and just supporting going out here and getting a passport and traveling to get other women. Trying to do that, that's going to take you down a road to dysfunction, because when you look at the passport bros, a lot of them, they just, I see it, they're not even ready for a relationship just yet. Because if for you to get this emotional to the point where you get into histrionics, whenever somebody even brings up the word passport, it's showing me that if you got a woman who disagreed with you, you'd possibly participate in some domestic violence. I mean, that's how twisted some of these guys are. And Jason Black showed this in one of his live streams. So when I look at these guys, they sit there and they're just really confused. And a lot of these guys have issues. And I, in some cases, don't believe some of these guys are ready for a relationship just yet.
They're gonna come for you again. But hey, we got to tell the truth. We're trying to help y'all brothers out. Like I said, if y'all want to go over there and do your thing, do your thing. Just leave us out of it. That's all I'm saying. Just leave us out of it. Y'all sound like the divestment community, and that community is dying as well. So
I just did a story about one of them. They had run over by her Hispanic or a white man.
Yeah, I saw that story. Yeah. Grass ain't always that green over there. That grass got snakes, but y'all know, y'all got to figure this out. But again, Shawn, thank you so much for coming over. And again, his books are in the description box. His channel's here on YouTube. Go get edified when you can. And stay safe out there, brother, because I know how New York City is.
All right.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Now we can shout out to brother Shawn James. Here we go. Hey, wait, let me see if he said, hey, Shawn, before you go, that guy I was talking to is here in the building. Would you like to talk to him?
Which one?
The guy that I got into it with the passport bros.
I'm not going to be able to talk to him. I got a phone call I got to pick up.
All right, say less. Go ahead. Okay. Well, Ron, I am going to give you the opportunity to tell me about the passport bros and the family. We're going to give you this opportunity. We're going to give you the opportunity. We're going to do this for you. We will do this for you because we like to engage in conversations. There is the link. You can please come tell me at how the passport bros are going to continue to grow. I would like to know this. This should be an enlightening conversation. I want to know this. I would like to know this. Nah, I ain't gonna be no bullying. I'm gonna let him get off. I'm going to let him explain the passport bros movement, and we're gonna have a conversation because I would like to know why he said that is not, I'm not for black empowerment, because I said you guys are running 9,000 miles for somebody else that does not understand who you are. How is that black empowerment? I would like to understand this. Maybe he has a perspective that I don't know about. I'll give him the opportunity. If not, we'll just we'll continue talking about, you know, black men and black women, how we need to stand together, because nobody else is going to help us out here. Nobody else. Ah, he's here. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
No, I'm okay.
All right, that's great. Now, you and I were conversing over the weekend about the Passport Bros movement, and it got spirited. So I shall give you an opportunity, about 2 minutes, to explain the Passport Bros movement and why you have the views that you have.
Now, the problem I had is you were just trying to pass it off as black men going overseas to take advantage of women and XYZ, and you were just running with these tropes about black men. when most of these guys aren't like pimps or players. They're just looking for good um, women who aren't disrespectful, women who don't have any anti black male slant, just that kind of stuff. Just a culture where people don't hate you just for being a black man. That's kind of why they go over there, and that's why most of those guys they stay over there and they like it because the culture just it's not oppressive like it is in the United States.
I feel you on that. Now let's address what you just said. You said that I was making y'all out to be the bad guy. When did I do that?
Just look, when I watched the video, you were calling these guys idiots. You said the N word.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when it gets on black men, you guys just switch on automatically. It probably is because of the culture we're in, but it switches on. You just say you didn't say anything, but these guys are idiots, these guys are N-words. But when speaking on the divestors, you don't say anything about it. You treat them with respect, even though these are the most disrespectful people in the black community. The most disrespectful.
Okay, sir. Have you not seen my channel?
Yes,
Did you go down the archive? Did you
I've been
not see the
subscribed to
videos
you
I've
for
done?
like nearly a year. I watched your videos.
Okay, so you missed my
do.
Paris.
I just didn't
You
like
missed
how
my
you were
Paris
treating
Milan
that kid.
video. You missed my Paris Milan video, I guess.
Were you calling her out her name? Were you like you
Yes,
did
I
the
did.
wrestler?
Yes, I did. And
Well, that's the
when
only
I
part
do
I
my
disagree
live
with.
stream sometimes and they come up, I go in on them. My crowd is in the comment thread. They'll tell you that. We don't
Well,
praise divestors over here. I don't treat them with respect, which is why I said in the video, they're not black women as far as I'm concerned. They're somebody different.
yeah, but the divestors are different than the passport bro. The divestors tell
Because
you
the
they
divestors
hate black
actively
people.
want to see black men destroyed.
Yeah, but what is the passport bros don't say anything about that.
No, what I compare when I compared y'all to divestors, the way y'all act and what that woman said in that video, y'all should have checked that. That's what I had a problem with.
She didn't
I
say
under
anything wrong. That's what I'm
dude,
saying.
you're telling me you had no problem with a black you as a black man, you're going to tell me you had no problem with a woman that's not black calling black women hyenas.
She didn't call black women hyenas. Where in the video where did she
She
point out
literally said
black
it at the
women are
end, sir.
hyenas?
She said these black women in my comment thread hyenas. She
She
said
said
it,
black
sir.
women. She said black.
Yes. Yes, sir. I wouldn't have done that video if she never said black women. I never would have done that video. She
When
literally
I heard
said
it,
it
I thought she
at the
said
end.
I think she said
No,
women.
she said these black women in my well, she was talking about black women. She said these women in my thread, these hyenas, can you come
She never
protect me from
said
them?
black women. She said
Dude, she said
American
black
women.
women were in her comment thread coming at her for what she was saying. Who else was she talking about?
American women. The same group the passport bros are talking
Okay,
about.
American women. Sir, her
Yes.
video subject was talking to y'all, chocolate kings,
Yes, she's
African
talking
American
to
men.
black
So
men.
how is she not talking about black women?
It has nothing
Why?
to do with black women. Just every issue that involves black men doesn't involve black women. This is one of them. The passport bros aren't talking to black women. They're talking to other black men. It has
Okay.
nothing to do with American black
So the
women.
passport bros are basically divesting from black women in the Western world, correct?
Yeah, but we're not like divestors because we're not divesting from
I
black people
never
in
said you guys
general.
were divestors. I never
You
said you
you
guys.
you compare them to divestors.
I said the way y'all talk and the way y'all let shit
That's
slide.
not the
Yes, I
same. We're
compared
not.
y'all to divestors because again,
Passport bros aren't talking about
as black men, I
aborting.
get y'all don't like black women in the Western world, but at a certain point, you cannot tolerate disrespect because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Y'all could never go to their country and disrespect their men and think they're gonna allow you to do it.
But why would we go over to a country and disrespect them when they aren't
That's
disrespecting
my point.
us?
So you're letting a woman from another country disrespect black
She
women.
isn't disrespecting black women. You don't seem to
So
understand. She never
So why
said
would
black
she? So
women.
why would she talk about y'all knowing? So you're saying that she came over there, did that video to attract who? White women? She was calling white women hyenas
I think she meant
because
American women.
literally in the comment thread when we were talking, you brought up hyenas and then also brought up the state of Black America.
Yeah, I was saying why black men wouldn't have a problem with her calling hyena. You look at hyenas. If you look at how their like culture is set up, it's set up just
So
like Black America.
okay, so you think black women are hyenas,
No, I think the culture is hyena-like.
but they participate in the culture.
Well, we don't have a
So you're
culture.
saying black American culture is a culture of hyenas? Is that what you're saying?
I said it's structured like it, where it's a matriarchy. Once this video is over, go Google how their social order is set up. It's just like Black America. Black America isn't a patriarchy.
So you
Men
think
don't own
Black
anything
America
here.
is a culture of hyenas? Is set up as a culture of hyenas?
like a matriarchy? Yes. Whether women rule everything? Yes. Why would I compare? Why would I compare it to a? I'm not calling them hyenas, like trying to call them animals. It's like how the culture is set up. It's set up like.
How do you
hyenas.
think people are going to interpret that, sir? You're basically saying black men and black women in America are hyenas. You're basically comparing us to the hyenas in the Lion King. How are we supposed to take that?
What would it matter if we said anything else? Because everyone just seems to have a problem with black men traveling. It wouldn't matter what we say.
We
They
don't
have a problem with it in
with
general.
dude. I literally put in that video. I don't care what y'all do. Just do
But
not
they-
be like the divestment
But
community.
they always say we don't care what they do and continue to
we
talk about
don't.
it. Yes, you do. It's
dude,
videos. Not
do
you
you
in
realize I
particular.
don't talk about y'all?
Not you in
Except that
particular.
video. No, I'm just saying the black community as a whole, we do not talk about you.
Yes, they do. There's videos
Who?
all over TikTok. Videos all over TikTok.
Dude, okay. I don't know how old you are. How old are you?
34.
Okay, I'm 37. So I'm about a half a generation ahead of you. We might be in the same generation.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Outside of TikTok is not Black America. I don't know who needs to tell you this, but I go outside and touch grass and I talk with black folks. We don't talk about the passport movement. We don't talk about the divestment movement either until y'all say something that gets us to talk about you. Y'all are a forgotten community. I know that that's weird and y'all don't understand that, but again, we don't care if you go to another group to find love. We don't care. We want to see black people happy. We don't care. When y'all start talking crazy, like you saying that Black America is set up like the hierarchy of hyenas, yes, we're going to have a problem with that because we get it enough from white supremacy. And it hurts more when it comes from our own people because y'all should know better. Yeah, we are taught if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. I would rather y'all go over there, do what you gotta do, and be happy. If y'all want to go fight with them divestors, go ahead. Leave the rest of us out of it. Because you don't know, just like you said, TikTok, you know how many impressionable teens are on there. And they could have stumbled on that idiot's video and see y'all in the comment thread either bigging them up or not saying a word. And they think that that's okay. And then we got the videos of them boys going out talking about, oh, I'd rather want this white woman or this Latino woman. And again, nothing wrong with that. But then y'all going to disparage black women when y'all need to do it. We hear that enough from the divestors. All we're saying is, as men, we control the culture. If y'all want to control the passport bro culture, if y'all want to control the passport bro culture, one of your tenets has to be, we are not going to allow these women to disrespect the chicks that we left. If y'all really want black women to leave y'all alone, y'all got to check that. That's all we're saying.
Well, they would have to leave us alone.
They do leave y'all alone, bro. Why do y'all care what the divestors say about y'all? If y'all are happy, go over there.
We're not even talking about like the divestors, but nobody in the black community says anything about the divestors. Really?
Are you dude? Come on, bro. Now you're lying.
Yes.
Bro, I know regular black women on Twitter right now that go in on them divestors.
Don't find me a Yahoo article talking about the divestors. Any.
Why would they talk about them?
Because
they
you had a Yahoo article pinned by black women talking about the passport.
Black women don't need articles on that. They have the representation in Hollywood for that. They don't need articles to talk about the divestment.
So no one really checks the divestors. They run free and do whatever they want.
Dude, the divestment community just got checked on Fox Soul. What are you talking about?
No, they didn't.
When Cynthia G went up there, with that transsexual trying to check Dr. Umar and brother Dwan B, they got roasted not only in the comment thread, but all the commentaries went at them. The divestment community took a hit. Fine. You want more examples? Lawrence Smith Fields. Look how the divestment community took that L. They don't even talk about their L's. The chick that got knocked out by Chad Wheeler, the divestment community took a L on that. The chick that's missing in Kansas City, and they let the white boy go home. They got a L on that. The chick in Bridgeport that was Lawrence Smith Fields. They let the white boy go home. Every time a divester puts up a video online, they get roasted. Y'all know this.
No, we don't.
All I'm saying is
we really don't see it.
You cannot let that community mess with y'all psyche. If y'all want to go do what you got to do, understand that's only the divestors that coming in. The only regular black chicks you'll come in there to see, they're not even knocking y'all. They're knocking that rhetoric that woman said. And all I'm saying to you is, if y'all want to go away 9,000 miles to go find love, I don't care. I'm all about black male happiness, but y'all got to check that stuff, because then when y'all don't say something, they think it's okay. And then they're going to keep repeating it until something goes down. And then y'all going to be like, see, this is black women. This is how they act. That's all I'm saying to you.
I still don't agree with what you're saying, because if you saw the videos these women were making before, calling these women dusty feet, poor, stupid, they were insulting these women, especially the Filipinas. They were insulting them.
Okay.
So she comes, and most of them come. They don't really. They're kind of blunt in how they speak and what they say. I mean,
okay.
They were
an opinion. Okay, fine. They have an opinion on that woman. Do y'all want to build with these women? Yes or no?
I think some men do, some men don't.
I'm talking about the foreign females, the non-black ones. Do y'all want to build with them? Yes or no? Do y'all want to have fun with them? Do y'all want to explore your options?
Yeah, I think that's good for all black men.
Okay, then you shouldn't give a fuck what they say, because guess what? When them divestors be all over Zaddy and Jose and Juan Fei Hong, yeah, and black men come in there to go get them told, they don't care. Their soldiers are in there. They're getting them told. And guess what? As the years progressed, you see less and less of those comments. Go through a Cynthia G video one day and see how many black men are in there. Because I can tell you, when she on her old channel, there used to be fights in every video. Yeah, in every video's comment thread. We don't even care no more.
That's because black men stopped. They probably stopped doing that.
Yes, because it was because it was an episode.
But get this, her channel has grown. Her channel has grown.
Sir, her channel has grown because YouTube likes fuck shit.
And that's why it grew. And a lot of black women support that.
Exactly. Thank you. They support it. They want fuck shit.
Yeah, and they're raising a culture that
the black empowerment channels, they don't like promoting us. We don't even talk about the divestment community unless one of them get knocked out somewhere. Then they put our videos in the algorithm. They need to promote Cynthia G because she sows dysfunction.
And that's kind of what a lot of black women like.
Okay, and that's great. My point to y'all is, y'all should not care about what they want. Y'all should go be happy. If you feel as though you need to go to the Philippines or Brazil or Spain or wherever to find love and to be happy, that's cool. Y'all should be a community on yourselves, be happy, have your Facebook groups, and share knowledge. We don't care. But when y'all cross it over and bring it over here, we're going to say something. You know how it is. You've seen the movies. When they bring the non-black person to the party, everybody looks. But before that happens, they don't care. As long as she's happy, as long as he's happy. When you try to bring that culture over there to people that are not ready for it, they're going to rebel on it. Y'all know this.
No,
I'm
they
not
know.
saying
We know
I'm
it's a
not
problem
saying
when
y'all
black
can't be.
men do
I'm
it.
not saying y'all can't go out there and do what you do. Just leave the rest of us out of it. That's all I was trying to tell you in the comment thread. Just leave us out of it.
Yeah, but it's still pointed towards black men.
And as black men, dude, we get arrows slung at us every day. If you think Cynthia G is supposed to be the epitome and the penultimate version of how you guys are supposed to feel, then y'all got a problem. She should not be the arbiter on how you live your life. She's nobody. She's a baby mama. She's lower than y'all, brother. At
Okay,
least
but
y'all can take y'all's money and y'all can go to another country, hit y'all's passport, go
but
over there, put up y'all videos of y'all having parties, living over there on $400 a month, get everything over there. That broad can't leave her country, sir.
most
You
black
guys
men,
are above her
most
and
black
her
men
and her ilk.
they need to hear more about the passport bros. It gives them
I'm
an
sorry,
option. More black men need to know about the
sir. They
passport
don't
bros.
need
They need to
y'all,
see it as
sir.
an option.
Sir, they don't need the passport bros to. She doesn't need the passport bros to survive. She could just go after regular
No, I
black
said
men.
black men. Black men. When you say
Black
leave the
men,
black
what?
community, when you say leave the black community alone, I'm like you can't. You can't.
Why not?
You're still trying to help black men, the ones that want to.
Okay, if you can find black men that need that might want to subscribe to that, that's cool.
And the numbers are going up. I think
That's
that
okay.
I
Go
think there's
ahead.
like a
No,
30% jump and since like 2021 in passports issued. It's a big number. It's actually working. It's actually working. More and more
okay,
men are getting
okay,
it.
it's
Are people
working.
getting the passports?
Uh-huh.
So it's
Right. Okay,
working.
so
It's working.
people are getting their passports. So again, my original point is if you're going to be a passport bro, great. Do your thing. I'm going to call y'all idiots and the N-word when as men you're putting away your social responsibility of not of letting somebody else and another culture denigrate us, especially our women. We know our women, a lot of them are out of line. We understand that. We don't need another group trying to tell us that.
But
We
if you've
have
seen the
enough problem. Yes.
if
Why
you've
would I,
seen the
sir,
videos
sir?
beforehand, these
Okay, let me
women were
ask you a question.
denigrating the
Do you
foreign
want? Do
women.
you? Would you like to? Would you like? Would you sit down honestly and watch a whole video of a round table of white men talking about why black men are bad? Would you sit there and watch that?
No.
So why are you telling me that I should
But on
accept this
Clubhouse, there's
woman?
panels of black men, black women talking about how black men are bad with a
And
white
who's
man.
watching it? And who's watching it?
Black women and white people.
There you go.
And
Why are black why are black men not watching those videos?
we don't care.
There you go. Now you get it. We don't care,
But
sir.
the passport bros, when
That's
you're saying leave the black community alone, I'm like, no, because
I
black
said
men need to
leave the
hear this.
black community alone when y'all let these non-black people come over and talk shit about us. That's when I say
They're
y'all
not.
leave us alone.
Which ones? Some random woman making a video about.
She's not random. Go look at her subscribers. She's not random. She's been doing this for years, sir. I did the research. She just didn't come out one day and make that video. She does this consistently. Go look it up. Her name is in there. Please, after this, go look up her videos because not only did she do it with y'all, she did that with white men. And apparently she's going to do one for Latino men. So she's doing this. So either she's trolling or she's doing this for attention, sir.
Either way, whatever
And
they're
I
doing.
guarantee you when she does the Latino video, she ain't going to go after them women like she went after black women. I guarantee it.
Yeah, but Latino women aren't going after them like black women did. That's the difference. When have
Again,
you seen Latin women just come up there and just say whatever about these women? You don't hear them doing that.
about who?
About what her people, the Filipinos, you don't really
Why
hear
would
them saying
Latino
that.
women care about what a Filipino woman says?
Why would black women care about what a Filipino woman says?
Because they want us, man. You know that. And black women, they know black saying something to black women will get them engagement. You know that.
I don't think they want black men. They want to control black men. They've been taught to do that.
I'm talking about the non-black women.
Listen, you said you had a problem with her calling black women hyenas. She never called black women hyenas. She called American women hyenas. The reason why she probably called American women hyenas, because you can post 50 videos, and I literally mean 50 videos of American women calling these women dusty, poor, stupid, ignorant, and easy to take advantage of. You don't think these women hear that? They have the internet too.
But
They have
again,
YouTube as
okay.
well. They see this. They're listening to that. She didn't come up with the hyena just out of the thin blue. She probably saw what they were saying.
So you're
about it.
telling me that you can go find another video where she called another group of women hyenas?
What group of women did she call hyenas? She didn't specify race.
Dude, her whole video was catered to y'all.
To black men, that's it. But she didn't specify race.
So why would she just call another race of women if she's talking to black men hyenas, sir? Come on. We're not going to do this again.
Listen.
Why would I talk about black love and then bring in white women into it? It would make no sense. It would throw off the entire subject of the video if I just came out and said, yeah, y'all should celebrate black love this, black love that. And then I showed a non-black woman talking about this is my love.
She didn't specify race. She didn't.
Again, sir, she's talking about chocolate kings. That's what she said. She even put it as a sticker. Chocolate.
Women, yes.
Okay, so who was she talking about? White women, Latina women, Middle Eastern women, Kamami and them? Who was she talking
to? American women.
Okay, I'm going to do you a favor. Her video is still up. Helga Babushka. You can go look at it on TikTok. Go in the comment thread and show and look at who was giving her shit. I guarantee you they were all black women.
Yeah, because they don't know how to.
And go look at her previous videos when black women went in them comment threads and told her, hey, you're doing too much. Why else would she come back and do that video on that?
But why were they bothering her beforehand?
Maybe she said something egregious, sir.
No, she's talking about black men going to the Philippines.
Okay, so here we go. So was it about her or was it about y'all?
It was about black men. You don't seem to understand that. No matter what you do, they think women in this community think they control you. They think they own you.
Sir, I got women in the comment thread right now that don't control black men.
What?
I know for a fact most black women do not want to control black men.
The mentality. Mentality.
How is it the mentality? Black women in the comment thread, he said y'all mentality is to control us.
Sir, so you said you were subscribed to Dr. Tommy Carey, Dr. T. Son John. Have you listened to their content?
Yes.
Yeah.
I listened to it for the entire 2 years. Yes, sir.
And you're arguing with me about that.
Who's trying to control you, sir?
I said they think they own you.
How do you? So you're telling me you give off the aura that a black woman thinks she can control you?
I said they think as a group.
And what have y'all done to erase that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because I'm married with a black woman. She don't control me and I don't control her.
All right.
So I have black women in this comment thread right now. They're with black men. They don't control them. You can go up and down social media. Ain't nobody most black women are not trying to control black men. See, the problem in our communities, we're letting the minorities speak too much. That's the problem. The divestment community only got hot because they were the minority and white folks saw an opportunity to make money off of them, which is what they're doing. This is why they promote this stuff. This is why I told you earlier, as black men, we have to control that.
You have to stop.
When we talk, I don't need to talk to the divestors. You want to know why I don't need to talk to them? Because they're not going to listen.
You have to stop comparing them to the passport. It's two different things.
I didn't compare them to you. I compared, sir. I only brought y'all up when y'all sat right there again, letting a non-black woman call black women hyenas.
She didn't call.
Now you can sit up there and tell me she didn't say that to him. We can argue that point all night. The problem is we're black men. You know our voices carry weight. The whole world stops when we talk. When we change culture, everybody changes with it. This is why I said if you passport bros want to be respected, you have to check that kind of behavior. We would actually give y'all respect if them chicks were over there saying, "Oh, we love us some black men. He's respectful." And the second they came out and said something like that woman said, y'all to be like, you know what? Don't put that up there. Or y'all in the comment thread be like, I think you should take this down. You're not going to, as much as we don't like them women over there, y'all not going to disrespect them. I would respect y'all more if y'all did that. But y'all don't want to do that because y'all get y'all kicks off black women being denigrated.
No, we don't. Those
Dude.
are the divestors. They get their kicks off watching black men being denigrated.
20 minutes ago when I was talking to you about how you said that the social order of Black America, you compared it to hyenas and you agreed with that. You kept arguing with me that that's how some black women act.
I said the culture is set up like a clan of hyenas. It's a matriarchy.
Okay, so basically you're saying black women not only control our community, they're controlling it like a pack of hyenas. You're literally just dissing black women right here.
I'm not dissing, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Sir. Okay, if I called you the B word, would you consider that an insult?
Yes.
Okay, so why is it?
But you're directing that directly to me, not if you just say a lot of black men are B words. Hey, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but you're not talking directly to me.
What do you mean you're not going to disagree with me?
You got some group of black men who don't have like backbones. Okay, that's what I assume you're saying.
Wait. You can't go from a generalization to some, sir. We're not going to do that. Say the same thing I literally just asked you, sir. Sir, I asked you if I called you the B word, would you be upset? You said yes.
Because you're talking directly to me when you don't know me.
Okay, again. You're getting the point now.
When she said
she's talking directly to them. Go, please. No, I'm telling you, go listen to the video. Please go listen to the video.
She didn't say, hey, black women are hyenas. She
said the women in my comments. Go look at the comments, sir. Please go look at the comments.
What were the women in the comments doing? Attacking her. Oh, and
that's not their right. And that's not their right to voice a discourse. And why is that? Why is that? Why can't they have discourse with that?
Why were they attacking her?
Again, if they felt as though what she said was not cool, of course they're gonna say something.
Before she said hyenas. Before she said that.
Why would she just pick out hyenas, sir? Why did she say these idiots? Why did she say these dummies? She went straight to hyenas, sir.
Before she called them hyenas, that you think she called them hyenas. Before she called them hyenas. What were they doing? Why would she have to say that? Because they were attacking her, probably. Well, now, why were they attacking her? Because she was telling black men to go to the Philippines. What does that have to do? What is a Philippine woman telling black men, hey, black American men, hey, you should go to the Philippines? What does that have to do with black women? Do black men say anything when black women make these? Oh, I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to Paris.
We don't care.
Black men don't talk about that.
We don't care.
So why do black women care about the passport bros?
Why they were not going after y'all. They were going after her. Sir.
Yes, they do. They make video.
Find me the video, sir.
Video talking about the passport.
She created a whole video to kiss y'all's asses, and black women went in there to check her on saying hyenas, sir. It's not about y'all.
That's better than what most black women are doing. It's better than what the divestors are doing.
Sir, please go look. Did you look at the comments
on her video?
On that video, did you look at it?
Yes.
So, name me how many times black women mentioned the passport bros.
Why are they attacking her on a video talking about the passport bros?
Because she called black women hyenas.
Before she didn't call black women. She didn't call black women hyenas. She didn't. But beforehand, why would she have to say that? Why? Why would she have to say that?
You know what? We're going to watch the video together. We're going to watch the video together. And how you're giving this a pass when she's talking to y'all, but you think she's talking to another group of women. You think she's just talking to women in general. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't see any white women in our comment thread having a problem with what she was saying.
Most white women don't care. How many years?
So why would they? Right. So okay. So we just eliminated. So thanks to what you just said, we just eliminated white women.
How many white women say anything about white men traveling like that?
They don't care, sir. If you want to leave, go.
Okay.
This is the point I've been trying to tell you. If y'all want to go, go. But y'all also have to have some standards when you go. We know the divestment community has no standard. That's why they'll allow these white and non-black guys to do whatever they want to them. Ghetto gaggers, anybody. We as black men have to have a standard. They already think, most of the world, 7.8 billion of them think we don't have standards. And this is why I keep telling y'all, if y'all gonna do what you do, go do what you do. But we're not gonna sit up here and allow our women to be denigrated, even if you don't like them. You have to have a standard. I would rather her do a video just kissing y'all's ass all day. I could care less. But when y'all start bringing us into it, we gonna have an issue with it, just like we've had an issue with the divestment community, which is why you've seen less and less of them saying things out in the open on black men, because now the sisters who keep getting blamed for what they're saying, not saying anything, now they're pushing back on them. That's my whole point of you and I talking. I don't care if you guys go do what you want to do in another country. I don't care. I want y'all to be happy. Since you called me anti-black male, all I'm saying is, as a standard, as a man, you do not let another group disrespect your women. That's all I'm saying. Because in wartime, you would fight to make sure your women were not subjugated.
Okay, that's what you think. Some black men think differently.
So you're going to tell me in a war you're going to let your women get taken?
No. I'm saying it in the Black American context. There is no like black unity like that anymore.
How do you know that, sir?
Look at the numbers. That's how I know.
What numbers? What numbers are you talking about?
Marriage data, dating, all of that. Birth rates. I mean, you can look at all of it. Every stitch of data says we're falling apart. We're not coming together. And secondly, we live in the United States. This country wants people to mix. They don't want.
And we're the one group who's preaching do not mix.
I don't.
Or did you just forget that? Because I know plenty of white boys out there that are going to go get them Asian girls that y'all are sought after, and them Latinos, because they think that's going to boost their numbers. I've seen white women dating Muslim men. Can we? You want to talk? Yes. Guess what? We have a word for those who want to go outside and do that. Go. There's Swirl. Go ahead. Have fun. Do not come back up here and talk about us. And they get checked every time they do it. You want to go? Clarence Thomas has said many a bad word about black folks. We checked him. Jody Turner Smith did that whole stupid ass photo shoot with her white husband. We checked her. Lashana Lynch loves her some white men. We checked her. They know better.
I'm just saying that the whole black that stuff, it really isn't going to work, especially with Gen Z and Gen Alpha. It's not going to work with them. They're going to.
Okay, and guess what? We're in Gen Y, sir. Sir, we're in Gen Y. It's our responsibility now.
Even with us,
that's our responsibility. We're the leaders right now. Our Gen X right now, they looking to go retire right now. They looking to go live out their last days. We're the ones up right now.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's our job to lead the black community. Like I said, if you guys want to lead a segment of men and young boys to go do the passport thing, that's cool. Go do your thing.
It's going to happen regardless.
That's fine. All I'm saying is, if it's going to happen, let it happen over there. Do not bring it back over here. That's all I'm saying. If y'all going to go over to the other side of the fence, cool. Do not jump back over the fence, or do not have your non-black person yelling through the fence about the black community. They ain't got no right, because I don't sit up here and do videos on the Filipino community because I don't know them. I don't do videos on the white community like that because I don't know them. I keep it on the context of what my channel is about. I don't just sit up there and just randomly do a video. Hey, I'm going to go after Latinos today. I don't do that. And that's what we're saying to you here. You talking to me here on social media and here on my YouTube channel. If y'all going to do what you going to do, cool. We support you. We want black men to be happy, because a happy black man is way more productive than a black man that always thinks that the whole world is against them. All I'm saying to you is to make sure chicks like this, even if she's trolling, she should think first before pushing the send button and putting all them damn hashtags into it, because she should know that the second she puts this up, I may get a flood of black men and be like, listen, we all for y'all, we like y'all, but you are not the representation of what we're looking for. If y'all did that, I guarantee black women, the ones that were in her comment thread, they won't go to her video no more because they'll be like, you know what? I hate them passport bros, but they checking these chicks. Salute to them. All the trolls wouldn't show up in her comment thread. And I and my other contemporaries in this sector wouldn't have to do videos like this. That's all we're saying. Now we're going to watch the video. And you can show me where she never said black women, yet the entire video was dedicated to y'all. So I don't know what other race of woman she's talking about, but let's listen to it.
Kings. They said you can have them. We don't care. They're just an old toy. And I was like, okay, that's not a problem because we Filipina value old toys. And now that I'm
but fine. Okay. I didn't say this in my commentary, but she called y'all old toys. Do you accept that?
Listen to the context she's saying it. She was saying American
She said that since black women throw y'all away, they're going to value old toys. So she called y'all hand-me-downs.
She said since black women or women, American women think you're useless, useless man, hey, we'll take you. That's what she's saying.
So you want to be equated to a hand-me-down?
If you think that.
I don't know what other context old toy means.
I mean, if you think that, you're not really losing dealing with a Filipino. I mean, if you look at their marriage rates, so you're not really losing. I don't think most black men would care compared to the average American woman, the Filipino. I don't think we one would care.
Care about what?
What she's saying, like you think this is an insult. It isn't.
Okay.
Trying to help all these Afam kings and black kings, it's still a problem. They're laughing and bashing at me for trying to help quality man to marry a Filipina. They said they don't care, but they're still talking about it. Are you sure you don't care, or are you just afraid of losing good men's in the Western world? Are you trying to stop me from helping future king to find their Filipina queens? Not gonna happen. So my friends, especially to my chocolate kings, please protect me from all the hyenas who wants to stop me from finding your Filipina queen.
Did she say anything about black women?
Who was she talking about, sir? If she's talking about y'all, sir, she's talking directly to black men. Is she not?
What did she say beforehand?
Dude, again, I'm going to ask you the question. Who is she talking to? Who was this video catered to?
All men, but in particular black men.
Don't do that, sir. You see it literally on the screen.
Sir, how about you go back about 30 seconds?
So y'all gonna tell me? So you're gonna tell me Filipino women call white men chocolate kings?
No.
Afam kings?
No.
So who is this video catered to, sir?
All men, but in particular black men. She just said that. She just said that.
How many times did she say chocolate kings in this video, sir?
Let's replay it again so I can listen to it. So we can listen to it.
Off on. Not only
From kings and you old toy. You know?
For what you're about to hear. And they're going to get most of the ire that I have, but I'm going to play through what she said before I go in on her and the passport bros. Let us begin.
You know what's funny? I'm not even mentioning any names except black kings or Afam kings.
So we have two so far.
They said you can have them. We don't care. They're just an old toy. And I was like, okay, that's not a problem because we Filipina value old toys. And now that I'm trying to help all these Afam kings and black kings, it's still a problem. They're laughing and bashing at me for trying to help quality man to marry a Filipina. They said they don't care, but they're still talking about it. Are you sure you don't care, or are you just afraid of losing good men's in the Western world? Are you trying to stop me from helping future king to find their Filipina queens? Not gonna happen. So my friends, especially to my chocolate kings, Please protect me from all the hyenas who wants to stop me from finding your Filipina queen. Thank you.
5 times. So please tell me the white men she was mentioning. Please tell me. Please tell me the Latinos. Please tell me the Middle Eastern men. Please tell me the mixed dudes that are not black. Please tell me how many times she mentioned them.
When she mentioned quality men, Western men, I mean, the video is directed towards. You said, what did she mention? I said she's talking to all men, in particular black men. I just told you that before you even played it.
So okay, fine. We'll go with your assertion. Then why did she put up why did she put up that sticker about FM King? Attention, FM Kings and Chocolate Kings. Why would she put that up there if she's just talking about all men?
I said in particular black men. Go look at her content. You're really trying to get away from the point. Okay, let's just say
I'm not trying to get away from the point, sir. She literally did a whole video catered to y'all.
Anything?
Sir, she literally did a whole video catered to y'all, and you're trying to excuse the fact that she called black women hyenas.
She didn't call black women hyenas. She didn't.
So who else was she talking to?
American women.
Who? Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't a whole bunch of non-black women in her comment thread going at her.
She's talking to American women who attack American men.
Let me ask you a question. Why would white women go on a video?
They do.
Where they're talking about black men. How many white women do you really think are going to go over
white women don't really say white men. You have a few. But when they talk, they really say American. What they mean is white men, but they really say.
Do you think they're
men.
talking? Okay, so you think
when
white women say
when they say American men, they mean white men. That's who they deal with the most. Yes, I get it. But here, she's not saying. She's not calling black women hyenas.
Sir,
you don't seem to understand.
Subject matter was about y'all.
Yes.
She wants. Okay, so you cannot say that she wasn't talking to black women.
She's not talking to black women. She's talking to black men.
Who is majority with black men?
Black women.
So you're seriously going to sit up there and tell me that she wasn't talking about black women?
No. She's talking about the American women who attack passport bros. That's what she's.
Who attacks the passport bros the most?
All groups.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I'm talking about the black men. I'm talking about the black men who do the passport.
Did you not have
sir? Okay, okay.
Did you not have a Korean
who's mostly in the passport bros community?
Did you not have a Korean woman go viral for talking about black men? She literally went viral on TikTok. Talking about black men.
Don't go on TikTok, sir. We don't, sir. We don't go. If it don't show up on Twitter, we don't.
That's the hyena. That's one of the hyenas she's talking about.
Who?
That Korean woman who was talking cash crap about the passport bros and black men. That's one of the hyenas.
I don't know who that is, sir. I don't know who that is.
And she's also talking about the women.
We don't. Again, if it don't show up on Twitter, we don't. Most of us don't even go on TikTok.
The women in my comment section that are attacking.
And I told you to go. Did you go into the comment section?
Yes.
And who was talking to her?
Black women, some.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, so either black women are easily trollable or they figured out that you're not figuring out that she was talking about them. So it's one or the other.
She's not talking directly to black women. She's talking about the women who attack the passport bros.
Okay, even if she's talking about all
women. Did she
women,
say all black women?
If she said, you don't have to say, "Oh, sir."
Her words.
Okay, even fine. We'll go with your assumption because I have to move on with my show. We'll go with your assumption, sir. She was talking about all women. Black women are part of that equation, sir. I don't care again what y'all want to do. But y'all got to have a standard when y'all fly over there, because I know one standard when y'all go over there is y'all not going to tolerate her disrespecting you. Correct?
I guess
y'all not going to stand for her to go in your wallet. Correct?
I guess.
Okay. You set the ground rules when y'all go date. Correct? Not her. Correct?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Okay. No. I'm being serious. I'm not looking for you just to say sure. When y'all go travel over there, y'all set ground rules when you meet these chicks, correct?
Yeah, in most scenarios. Yeah.
Okay. So by setting ground rules, why are you pushing back on me when I tell you that when you guys do your passport bro thing, y'all should not let another group of women disrespect the women that share your melanin count?
She didn't,
How
and that back and forth. I say she didn't disrespect black women. She's disrespecting the women who attack them for talking about going overseas.
Okay, and you said earlier that black women were in her comment thread attacking her, correct?
I get most of them. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Again, why are you not saying, you know what, bro? At this point, you're right. We should not. I should not. I'm not saying you do it, but as passport bros, we should not be allowing other women to disrespect black women, even if we don't like them. Again, if you guys did that, me doing this video and us having this conversation would have happened. But the simple fact that this chick was able to get off like that, and you're sitting up here for almost the last hour trying to justify what she said because she's being general in your honest opinion, that's scary. Because again, just like I asked you earlier, would you go over there and do you really think she would let you get off on disrespecting Filipino men? The answer is no. You know that. Y'all would never go to Brazil and disrespect Brazilian men. Even if the chick loves black men, she would not let you do that. Because at a certain point, even though she liked what she liked, she understands where she comes from. And you're right. That's a problem in our community. We tolerate disrespect too much. But again, as men, especially black men, when we talk, the whole world listens. If y'all would have sat up there and lay down the ground rules, because she's not the first person that's done this. If y'all would have set that ground rule early, that y'all can love on us, do videos about us, we don't care, just leave our black women out of it, the divestors wouldn't have content. They wouldn't have any grounds to attack y'all. Every time they would have attacked y'all, they would have looked crazy. They would have looked jealous. Y'all actually would have made the divestment community look worse. It probably would have died a long time ago. But y'all let these chicks get off because y'all, I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I think y'all like the cat fight. I don't know. All I'm saying is y'all got to start checking this. I don't care if she's talking about black women, white women, none. If her subject matter is about y'all, tell her to keep it on us. Don't mention nobody else. And where's the Filipino food at? That's all y'all should be talking about. That's all I'm saying. And I gave y'all shit for that because as men, we should know better. I don't expect the divestment community to know no better. Them chicks are confused. Those chicks are broken.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. But
exactly. And guess what? Most of the community here, we ignore them. But now you're telling me that you guys are rising up. You guys are about to be put in a microscope. I don't think you guys want. This is why I said you guys need to start setting a standard
about them.
And sir, and I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to get unwanted attention that you're not looking for. I'm telling you this right now. I know how society was. Y'all are about to, just like they destroyed Kevin Samuels when he got hot. Y'all are about to fall into that.
They didn't destroy Kevin Samuels.
Are you serious, bro? Are you serious?
He got more popular before he died.
Yes, he got popular because people wanted to see what he was saying. But did y'all not go look up them articles of people trashing that man, going back in his history?
They were making things up about him. Talking about
what did they make up?
Like for what?
What did they make up, sir?
Talking like what was the reason to bring up his marriages or anything else? What was the point?
Because when you become a public figure, they're gonna go back in your past, sir. It's there. He didn't hide from it.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so why are you?
You're at a point. You're at a point with a group of men who are completely tired of this nonsense. What are they going to say about the passport bros that they haven't already said?
Sir, you have no idea how duplicitous the media is, sir. I'm trying to warn y'all. This is why I said you guys need to set it. Dude, you don't know how duplicitous the media is, especially the white media. Dude, let me explain something to you. When they really get their hooks into you, the Passport Bros are going to be a black only organization. I promise you.
Go right
They're
ahead.
going to separate the white boys out of this. They're going to separate the
so
white boys,
what?
the
So
Latinos.
what?
What do you
So
mean?
what?
So what, sir?
So what?
Sir, they're going to demonize y'all. I'm telling you
They
this.
already demonize us.
No. Not
Yes,
to the
they
level
do.
where you think it. Not to the level where it's
What are they
going to
gonna
go.
do? What are they? Instead of giving me something vague, what are they gonna do?
You ain't
What
got
are
to
they gonna
worry,
do?
sir. You'll see it in about 6 months.
What are
You
they
will
gonna
see
do?
it in about 6 months. Because y'all gonna show up on Twitter one day, y'all gonna show up on Facebook one day and on YouTube, and there's gonna be endless videos of passport bros and the negatives. Ain't gonna be nobody advocating for y'all. Maybe like you said, TJ Curry and T Hassan and Jap
Good.
and
People you
what's
actually
his
need
name?
advocating for you.
Yeah, and nobody checks for them brothers, sir.
Okay.
Nobody's really checking for Minister Jab. And I follow Minister Jab. Nobody's checking for that man like that. So there's one advocate that's
They
not
will
going to get
once
that
we're
much
under
traction.
the quote unquote microscope.
Who?
You just said the passport bros are going to be under a microscope. We're going to be demonized.
Y'all are going to be under a microscope like you've never seen, sir.
We've already seen it. What's the
You've
worst they can
seen
do
nothing,
now?
sir.
What are they going to do?
Sir, you've seen YouTube. You've seen YouTube. YouTube is light what they're going to do to y'all. I'm telling you this. Look what they did with the MGTOW movement, sir.
What? Get their videos thrown off?
There you go.
Okay.
And you're a black man. They're going to do worse to y'all. They're going to ban y'all's content. I'm telling you this right now.
As if there aren't other. You have one gigantic competing platform. Go right ahead.
Sir,
what are you going to do?
Y'all not going to be able to get off.
Videos of traveling.
Sir, y'all not going to be able to get off. Y'all not going. Sir, were you on YouTube in 2018?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember that apocalypse they did, right? You remember that when they were striking down black males' channels. You think that's not going to happen again?
No,
brother.
You have a gigantic.
I feel for y'all.
They can go right ahead. They can go right ahead.
And then where y'all gonna get y'all message out at?
The majority of Gen Z listen to what?
I ain't talking about Gen Z. I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about your group. How y'all gonna get y'all message out if YouTube
the same way everybody else does, sir?
How?
The same way everybody else does.
Oh, so y'all gonna go to Twitter? Y'all want that scrutiny?
Twitter is dying. It's not Twitter. It's the other team.
Twitter's dying. Oh Lord,
it's the other team.
Twitter's dying. You sure about that?
It's the other team. It's the other team. In fact, it's two T's.
Other team.
What two T's? The two T's. The website. It's two T's.
You're telling me something
TikTok,
I don't know, sir.
TikTok.
Are you sir? The U.S. government's about to ban TikTok. So what are y'all going to do?
Yeah. They're about to ban a lot of things. Yeah.
You sure about that? Because I saw the legislation, sir. I actually read the legislation. They're going to ban TikTok, sir.
Go right.
I promise you, by the time next year when we have to vote for another president, TikTok's not going to be around. I promise you. Or you're going to have to really pay for it. So where y'all going to go? Facebook don't allow y'all's rhetoric on there anyway.
Yeah, yes they do.
Because everybody's going to run around and say it's hate speech.
Yes, they do. They do allow it on there. But Facebook is dying as well.
Okay, so let's see. So you said Twitter's dying, Facebook's dying. You think TikTok ain't going to be banned? Where y'all going to get your message?
They're surging in numbers. I think they're going to be. I think they're already more popular.
Who?
TikTok as
obviously because they get content. But when the U.S. government bans TikTok, or you're going to have to pay for it, how y'all going to get your message out? So when TSN, who has tens of thousands of subscribers, TJ Curry, same thing, Jap and all that. When they don't allow that stuff, where y'all gonna get y'all message at?
Why would they ban them in the first place?
Because the people are gonna say it's hate speech.
A scenario that's not going to happen,
sir. You just agreed with me in 2018. They were striking down black men's videos. You don't think YouTube? You don't think YouTube was gonna sit up there and really start going through their archives and start really laying down the hammer on content?
You know how those guys they struck down? You do know they're back on YouTube, right? Making the same content.
I didn't say their channels.
You had one guy.
I said some channels. I said their videos.
And it's even bigger than before.
Okay, sir.
They can't do anything about that.
In 6 months, you can tell me I'm wrong.
I will. If I remember, I will.
No, this will be up forever unless they strike me down. But in 6 months, when this happens, you can come back.
Every video about a black man that's traveling. Yeah,
I didn't say no. That's not why they're going to strike it down, sir. That's not why they're going to strike it down.
They're going to hurt themselves.
Strike it down for hate speech. They're going to strike it down for hate speech.
Yes. What's
Yes,
hate speech? Are you kidding me?
yes,
Hate,
sir. I've
so the
seen brothers,
divestors,
sir. I've
are
seen,
still up, and
sir,
that's not hate speech.
sir. I've seen brothers get the same passport bros.
Come on,
I've
man.
seen their videos get taken out because people labeled it hate speech.
Yes,
I've
black
seen
men,
this.
black men, and black women included. That's the difference.
Correct.
And you have
But
divestors
they're
saying
not
hate,
going to let
actual hate
black
speech,
men
and
get
nothing
off
happens.
because,
Nothing happens.
again, if they allow y'all to ride, like you said, you guys' numbers will continue to rise. It's going to threaten what they want to do.
YouTube can't do anything about an ideology that's growing. It doesn't
Are you
matter.
serious?
They can't.
Dude, I'm in New Black Media. We're the perfect example. We have an ideology that's black first and black empowerment. They don't promote us, sir.
Onto your ideology?
Are you serious?
I don't think.
Sir, Tariq Nasheed has over almost 200,000 people. Jason Black, collectively with both his channels, 250,000. Professor Black Truth, 106,000. Torian Rain, almost 55,000. Afro Elite, almost 4,000. My channel's almost at 2. Black Alpha, 3,000. Shawn James is at 15,000. Gavin Richard is at 1.3. And he got to talk to Bill Cosby, sir. And they shadow banned the shit out of his channel. Don't tell me that New Black Media's ideology is not being latched on, sir. Don't do that. It's there, sir. They limit our channels. Every 3 months, they limit our channels when we gain traction because they know our voices travel.
Going that route. That's what I'm saying.
Sir, they're going to treat all black content creators the same way,
No,
sir.
they're
This
not.
is what
No,
I'm trying.
not. Before
Okay,
Kevin
sir,
Samuels,
if you're not, sir, if you're not promoting,
you mentioned Kevin Samuels.
hang on.
Before he died.
Sir, Kevin Samuels did not get hot because of YouTube. He got hot because people were sharing his clips around.
Yeah, on TikTok.
Okay, TikTok and Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah,
and
Instagram,
Instagram,
back
sir.
to YouTube and had how many followers?
Exactly. Sir, I followed Kevin Samuels when his channel was bullshit. When he was sitting in Facebook groups trying to get people to watch his videos.
Yeah, I mean, we see how that worked out.
We're not finna do this. I followed Kevin Samuels since 2013, sir. When he was sitting there with the white background, telling men about cologne and suits and how to read the room while he was dying of cancer.
Basically, what I'm saying is young black people aren't latching on to the pro-black ideology. They're not.
And again, you say that. You can go to all those channels that I just named and go ask them to show you their analytics.
Look at Just Pearly Things. Look at Just Pearly Things. You know the Just Pearly Things? Look at what she just did.
You're trying to compare New Black Media to a white woman.
Look at what she just. No, I'm saying who young black people are latching on to. They're not latching on to the pro-black stuff.
She's getting promoted because she's a white woman talking like black men. Are you serious right now?
Who are young black people latching on to?
I just told you.
They're not latching on to pro-black.
They're latching on to whatever's hot, sir.
And things that are
Pearly Things was garbage before that viral clip came out. Nobody was checking for her. We're not doing this.
Before her.
She's a white woman talking like a black man, and she found a gimmick and she's making money off of it. And just to show you that her rhetoric is bullshit, she showed up on Jesse Lee Peterson's platform.
Okay.
You expect me to sit up there and give this woman praise when she's sitting there?
I'm not giving her praise.
Saying things about black people on a black platform. Come on, dude.
Who are young black people latching on to? They're not latching on to the pro-blacks.
Would you like to go ask some young people who listen to Tariq Nasheed? Would you like to go listen to the young people who listen to Jason Black?
Young people listen to Jason Black.
Comment thread. I'm sorry.
Young people listen to Jason Black. Really?
Yes.
I doubt it.
Dude, he just did a video the other day of a 20-year-old who didn't know what to do with his life. And he spent almost an hour talking to that man.
What do you mean? The majority of young black people aren't latching on to them.
Tariq Nasheed just did a rally in DC in November, and his most viral clip was an 8-year-old doing an interview with him. What the hell are you talking about?
Most young black people aren't latching on to that. That's what I'm telling you.
You sure about that? Because we share our clips around and young people are seeing this. We even put it on TikTok.
Most aren't latching. They're more into the Andrew Tate and they're more into that manosphere red pill stuff than they are to the pro-black stuff. I'm telling you.
bro, man. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
For
You're
young
right.
for young black for
You've
young
been
black
traveling
people,
so much,
young black
you ain't
men,
even
I think
seen
they're
what's going
more
on.
into the red pill
Sir,
manosphere
you
stuff.
got it.
That's what I think.
Sir, you got it. You're right. You're right. We're all of us in new black media. We're just wasting our time.
I
We're
think
not
for
getting to the
no, I
youth.
said for young. I
You're
think
right.
for older, for us, for millennials and older, more of us
Sir, we grew
we'll
up with
recognize that.
these
But for the young
people,
people, it's
sir,
different.
sir. We grew up with these people. Okay,
I
our
know.
children are listening to it now. My child can recognize people in the new black media. She's 3.
But most
Are you
young
serious?
people,
We're teaching the
most
kids, we're teaching the young people right now, the leaders that these school systems did not teach, like Francis Cresswell Singh. Okay, like Dr. Nellie Fuller, like John Henrik Clark. We're sitting down with them and having them watch Hidden Colors. We're sitting down having them watch Jason Black's documentaries, Race War and Gentrification and all this. Are you serious? Just because they don't articulate it, because they have all this other stuff that they can listen to, don't sit up there and say they're not listening to it. My daughter's 3 and she knows about Black empowerment. She can recognize Malcolm X. That's what we do as parents and the older folk. This is why I say Generation Y is the next up, because our parents failed at that. A lot of them did. A lot of them wanted us to get along. And we took it upon ourselves. It's like we have to research our history. That's why you see a lot of us at our age talking about, hey, I'm not African. I'm this. I'm Black American. My lineage is Jamaican. Things like that. That did not come from the older generation or us just screwing around. We actually sat down and said, we're going to look up who we are. We're going to find knowledge of self. I don't have time to try to educate you on how powerful our sector of YouTube is. We're not here for bullshit. We're here to teach people. Again, our parents did what they did. Cool. It's our turn to run with the ball. Again, if y'all want to take a sector of Black men and show them the passport bro life, cool. Just make sure when you sit them down, you go over the rules of the road, you tell them, do not let another race of women disrespect the women that came from you. That's all. That's the only thing I will require of y'all. Y'all do that, I will sit up there and I will champion y'all being happy. That's all I'm trying to say. You cannot sit up here and allow women like this to talk about the community like this. Because again, you would never be allowed and afforded that opportunity to do that. I guarantee it. If you dated a white woman, she would not let you say anything bad about a white man until she says it first. And that's the problem we have with the divestors. They let white guys say whatever they want and make their little jokes about us. And when we say something like you're right, they come after us and tell us we don't. Who the hell are you? You nothing but a bullet bag. Cool. We let y'all go. Now you seen what happened when they don't have that black male protection. They go off, do whatever they want, do their thing, and now look what's happening to them. Their sector is dying. If y'all want to be straight up and y'all want to be a powerful sector of the Black community, which y'all basically say y'all not part of the Black community, but whatever. All I'm saying is set a standard. That's all I'm saying. Y'all want to go have your orgies and whatever, cool. Set a standard. That's all I'm saying. I'll let you add a last word.
The passport bros aren't ever going to be a gigantic group. Most people aren't interested in traveling, but you have to convince enough Black men, especially young Black men, that you do have another option, that you can travel outside the world. You don't have to be stuck here. That's what we're trying to get. I think that's what the most young passport bros are trying to get to Black men. You're not stuck here. You can leave. You can find better quality elsewhere.
Okay. Say less. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for expressing your views. And stay safe out there, please, because they got that new variant running around. I don't want y'all being stuck there and y'all can't leave.
It was nice talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. Almost an hour and a half. No computer robots. He did not think about that. He heard the word woman and figured she was generalizing. Mm. I'm going to cut that up and put that as a separate video. I love the fact where he said that black people, young black people, are not on that black empowerment trip. I like how he said that. I like that. That was kind of hot. I didn't know this. I didn't know that when Jason did his thing last week and he was talking to that boy for almost 40 minutes. Yeah, young people weren't listening. That the 8-year-old at the rally, all the kids and teenagers I saw at the rally in them videos. Yeah, they weren't on that black empowerment stuff. Yeah, like all these FBA parents teaching their kids about who they are, where they come from, and having them read the books. Yeah, you're right. Because the school system isn't teaching the great leaders, the true leaders. Yeah. That's not happening. Got it. Cool. I let people have their opinions. I ain't gonna hold you, folks. I felt like this. The fact that he justified that woman calling black women hyenas. All right, whatever. All right, y'all. Let's decompress. Woosah. 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 Let's laugh before we get into Twitter things. Now, according to Tori Rain, this is the best clip and one of the funniest clips of 2022 that I did.
They want to be everywhere.
Why is y'all hot dog so long? Pause. Now, have you ever heard of Skip?
Yeah.
I can do a jokey joke every now and then. I can do a little jokey joke. But let's get into Twitter things, folks. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we do Twitter things. I curate videos across the week. Some are thought-provoking, but most are going to be funny. But let's begin with this. This is not in Twitter things, but let's see. Which would y'all pick, the blue side or the red side? The blue side has Martin, the Proud Family, smart guy. Everybody hates Chris, Family Matters, and the Bernie Mac Show. Impressive. The red side has the Fresh Prince, the Boondocks, Keenan and Kel, the Jamie Foxx Show, That's So Raven, and the Wayans Brothers. Which side would y'all pick? And don't worry, we will be doing the giveaway as well. We'll be doing the giveaway as well. Let's see, StreamYard giveaway tool. Yeah, I like this. Well, I'll just do it from the community tab, but this will probably be a what you call it? It'll probably be a quarterly thing as I put more merchandise up. Computer Robot said, and shout out to you for your comments during that exchange. As a Black Canadian that's Jamaican roots for my parents, I love that video you did the other day. K Gravy, like it's so true that Jamaica needs to wake the F up. Yes, they do. They do. But you know, they're gonna do what they do. I'm not down there, so I'm gonna be as effective as I can, but I also understand that that's a mindset that they're gonna have to change. But let's get into Twitter things. Now, I don't know if this is 3 stacks, but it's just funny. Somebody said, nobody, the birds at 5 a.m. I don't know what he was doing. And yes, the birds do sound like that at 5 a.m. But let's continue. Now, they say this chick is a pick-me. She calls herself a pick-me, but she's going in. Let's see what she says.
Want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. I'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office, though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men and inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also, too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be with?
All right. Shout out to her. What y'all think about that? Sorry, I was getting the community posts people together so I can figure out who I'm going to pick. Got about 6 people. What y'all think about what she said? I mean, it's sound advice, but then again, that goes to mindset. This is why I said, black women, y'all got to have a summit. Really sit these chicks down and either denounce, tell the ratchets they got to go, and get the ones that want to build with black men ready to go, have the sister circles, or y'all just do what y'all been doing. Just keep yourselves separated. Why the hell is the Eminem show trending? I don't care. Here we go. Walmart again. Walmart super cops doing it again.
Go ahead. Go get him.
Go get him.
I'm not going to get your manager.
I'm not getting
It's not
him
on me
either.
to get him. You're the one stopping me. Here's my receipt. Now you're holding me hostage against my will.
Now, by the way, this is a white on white crime.
Yo, can you go get the manager?
Manager.
We can stand here all day.
You're underpaid, man. It's cool.
It's all
I get
good.
it. Yeah, you're underpaid. I get it.
It's all
You're
good.
mad at life.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
It is.
You
It's all
cannot
good.
stop me. You cannot stop me or hold me against my will. That is illegal. You can follow me to my car if you'd like.
I'm not getting out the store, but
Dude, you could follow me to my car
I'm
if you'd
getting
like.
out the store.
So you really harass. So wait, so you harassing this man over some windshield wiper fluid and look like
So now
some
he's
radiator fluid.
blocking my way.
Hi.
Look at that. That's
Hi.
illegal. That's
Hi.
holding me against my will.
Hi.
Not gonna have somebody hold me against
Dude,
my will.
you're on me, dude.
No,
I'm
dude,
standing
you
here.
cannot legally do that.
And of course, he has to have the white greeter / security name of Chuck. Charles. Chuck. Okay, Chuck.
You're standing on me.
No, I'm trying to go around you,
It
and you
don't
keep getting in
matter.
front of me. I can't
Again, family, this is white on white crime.
Not
wait.
getting out
I
of here.
cannot wait to post this online.
Post
Oh, dude,
it.
TikTok's gonna blow up because of this one.
Ooh,
Look at
ooh, he pushed him. You saw it.
this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
He's dude, he's struggling to push that with 2 hands, and that man got one. Corporal Chuck, what are we doing? Miss D, sweet Detective Chuck. Corporal Chuck, Private Chuck. Look at this man.
Dude, look at this guy. So first off, your guy cannot
Oh,
stop my
Lord.
way. He cannot
Oh, Lord.
get in my way. And he cannot physically. No,
Who is this? Dude, Walmart, what are we doing? What is this? Who saw Total Recall? Who's seen Total Recall? I ain't gonna hold you. Who's seen Total Recall? I ain't gonna hold you. Family. Why does he look like Quado finna come out of his stomach? Family, we not doing this today. He looked like Quado finna come out of his stomach. What is going on? This is white on white crime, by the way. What is going on? Let's let it finish.
you don't get. He cannot physically touch me. And I've been recording the whole. Yes, you did. Oh, I got
bounced into me, bro.
Bro.
Look at that. He cannot do that legally. That is against the law.
Can you tell me your words are consistent?
Yeah.
Please stop recording, please, my person.
Yeah, follow me out.
Stop recording. He already recorded like 30 seconds of you, so we're gonna need that. All right, give me the line one time.
Cut the chat.
Thank you, madam. So, Detective Chuck and Quado's vessel harassing a white man. That is, by the way, white on white crime. Family, I need y'all to strap in because the next video you're about to hear, I need y'all to go get the bucket. Go get the waste bucket. Get the Pepto-Bismol. Shout out to Jason Black. Even get the paper bag. Because what you're about to hear is something that is disturbing.
So it's day 18 of waiting for Black History Month to be over. I don't celebrate it, and I want to tell you why. So every year, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're always learning about Rosa Parks, Fannie Lou Hamer, every Black History Month. Fannie Lou Hamer. Sorry, her name's Fannie. Okay, so it's always African American historical figures. I'm from the other side of Africa. I'm Eritrean. My ancestors were never taken captive during the transatlantic slave trade. Never. At all. So why were all...
So you say. You don't know, ma'am. You might have some descendants over here. We're not going to do that, but I'm going to let you continue.
Always learning about...
Before I go off on you.
African American history is beyond me. Literally 20 Black History Months into my life, every time I say I'm from Eritrea, they're like, Eritrea. Because Black history is an incredibly broad generalization. Just because I'm Black and you're Black, that doesn't mean I have to learn about your history. You're from a different country on the other side of Africa.
Does that not sound familiar? Ladies and gentlemen, does that not sound familiar? Does that not sound familiar? You don't like it when people don't recognize your culture. You feel slighted. How do you think Black Americans feel when you belittle their culture? Because what you're doing in this, ma'am, is you're belittling it. But I broke my own rule. I'm going to let you finish.
It is literally about Swedish history. We literally don't learn anything about Swedish history in the British education curriculum. Why? Because it's Britain. We learn about British history. In fact, it would make more sense if we had an Asian History Month, because Asian people actually occupy a larger racial demographic in the United Kingdom than Black people. And it's the largest continent in the world. What do we know about it? Nothing. I learned about the India and Pakistan conflict because everybody was hating on Priyanka Chopra. That's it. On TikTok, not from school. There is no injustice in saying we're going to learn the majority of British history in British schools. We're going to learn about the River Thames because it's in London and London's in England and we're studying in England. And yet, Black people, whatever that means, will demand for an entire month we have to learn about Black people. No, it's just to fixate on the transatlantic slave trade, to hone in on the evils of colonialism, and surface unnecessary racial tensions. Why we need to talk about slavery for a whole month every year is beyond me. Because hello, there are some Black people, hello, that live and that actually did not have share in that history at all whatsoever. Hello. They never took slaves from Ethiopia. Eritrea was a part of Ethiopia at the time of the slave trade.
So y'all heard that. I'm going to say something controversial. Ma'am, maybe the reason why the British education school system does not teach about African history is because they've had a hand in destroying your history. I know y'all don't want to admit this. The British colonies went to your people. I know. No, I tell a lie. They went to Western Africa and destroyed that sector of the world, destabilized it, took slaves, and gave these royalty and non-royalty favors. You said you don't want to learn about African American history every Black History Month. Ma'am, maybe because the British educational school system recognizes the accomplishments that Black Americans have made since even the time of slavery. That cell phone that you just recorded this video on, guess what? A Black man helped to set that up. But I get it. You just proved every point that Black Americans said. You're right. To a certain extent. You said that your people were not enslaved. I think that's what you said. Yet, Ethiopia, I'm just going to use them as an example. They were enslaved by Muslims, which is why in Ethiopia there's a lot of Muslim people. Well, Muslim people that follow the Muslim faith. But you said you're from Eritrea, right? You're from Eritrea. Ma'am, I just did a quick Google search. We're gonna go back to you. I just did a quick Google search. It could be updated. It may not be. Ma'am. I got a question. What does this say? Eritrea is a country found in the Horn of Africa, as the world's second highest ratio of modern slaves, with an estimated 93 people in every 1,000 involved in modern day slavery. The majority of modern slavery in Eritrea is said to be at the hands of the government, who forced conscription upon their residents. Uh-huh. 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 So, let's continue. I'm fascinated by this that you want to run around and say that y'all have nothing to do with y'all don't know nothing about what's going on. You don't understand why you need to learn about Fannie Lou Hamer and Rosa Parks. Ma'am, the reason you need to learn about those women, number one, they're black. Number two, they actually got shit shaking. Now, say what you want about Rosa Parks. Y'all know how I feel about Rosa Parks. But if she ain't sit where she sat, your ass would not be work. I'm sorry. My throat is parched. Pause. Without Rosa Parks, your ass could not be on those double-decker red buses over there. Or if you do, your ass sits in the back, right near the door. Fannie Lou Hamer inspired a whole generation of black women to say no and to fight back. Again, the reason why the British educational school system teaches y'all about African American history, what you call it, we just call the FBA history over here, is because that history is rich. That history has helped modernize the world that you live in. Ma'am, you're from the Horn of Africa. Do you know how destabilized that area is? Why would they teach y'all about? Please teach us. I would love for you to enlighten us about Eritrea's history. Enlighten us. By the way, next door to you is Ethiopia, correct? Ethiopia wouldn't be where it is without Black Americans going over there, helping them fight. That's part of Black history. Maybe you should ask them to talk about that. But fine. You could have sat there all these years and told them, I want to learn about Eastern African history during African. You guys could have gotten together, all you African students, during Black History Month. Y'all should have said, since y'all want to teach us about Black American history, okay, let's compromise. How about 2 weeks we learn about Black American history? 1 week we learn about Caribbean history as it pertains to Black folks. And 1 week we do African history. That would have been a better use of your time. Now, you done went through it already. You said you've done 20. So you done went through it already. Why aren't you helping the next generations? That's what you should have done. But you were quick to cape for Asians. Yeah, I'm going to need people to stop doing stupid videos like this because, again, you make yourselves look uninformed. You make yourselves look uninformed. What is this? I wish Black people would be more like the Asians. They don't obsess over representation or demand that we learn about their history for an entire month. Instead, they quietly outperform white people in their own universities, open up businesses that grow our GDP. Oh, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you this. You have got to see this. What I just read, I need y'all to see it live and in living color. There you go. Just so y'all think I didn't make that up. This was another one of her posts. I wish Black people would be more like the Asians. They don't obsess over representation or demand that we learn about their history for an entire month. Instead, they quietly outperform white people in their own universities and open up businesses that grow our GDP. Well, ma'am, over here in the US, they have an entire month to themselves. I bet you didn't know that. Asian Heritage Month. Oh, yeah. I bet you didn't know that the government recognizes Lunar New Year. I bet you didn't know that. It's on the books. I'm pretty sure the Brits recognize that as well. I bet you didn't know that. They gave back China. They gave Hong Kong back to China in 1997. There's still British people that live over there. I bet you didn't know that, ma'am. I'm sorry to tell you this, but African history is maybe it's not that important or it's not that interesting. Who are they going to tell y'all about? Shaka Zulu, Nelson Mandela. They teach Nelson Mandela. They don't have to wait till Black History Month to teach about Nelson Mandela. They can bring up white supremacy and he can get in there. Desmond Tutu. We're not even going to go to that man. You know how they changed Idi Amin Dada's story. What is there left to teach about Africa? Ma'am, they don't even, ma'am, do y'all understand? Y'all are over in the UK where you have a large African population. I guarantee you, if I look at y'all's curriculums, there ain't no African language courses you can take. They don't even teach Swahili. These are the fights you should be going after. Not complaining that the British educational school system is teaching African American history. Ma'am, they're teaching the history from over here, and it entices y'all so much that y'all run over here when you become actors and actresses. It's that interesting. FBA history so interesting, but like you said, you're pissed off about it. How come I saw a whole bunch of British Black people dressed up like the Panthers? Can I get that question answered? Pretty sure there's been an African person that dressed up like Malcolm X. He's not African. Yeah, I'm going to need you not to put up stupid videos like this again because you're showing your ignorance. You don't want to fight for your own history, but you want to criticize a history that your own government pays for to teach you instead of fighting for your ancestors. Your ancestors must be ashamed of you. You know, the Eritreans. But I'm sure you can't go in there and say, hey, we're going to learn about Eritrea today and their slavery. I'm sure y'all don't want your whole class, especially the white kids and the Asian kids in there, to know that your country still does slavery in 2023. Got it. Got it. Get some. Oh, it's got music. Wait. It's got music. Can't. Let's lower that. Zelensky in the back. But let's continue. Let's get some.
Angola, Argentina.
Now, this is Miss Universe.
Armenia, Aruba, Australia, Bahamas,
All right, Barbados. That's me.
Belize, Bolivia, Brazil, the British Virgin Islands, Bulgaria, California, Canada.
You look that last chick looks Spanish to me, but okay, you got it. Canada.
Cayman Islands.
All right, they Cayman Islands got their problems too. They on that watch list, but all right, you got it.
China, Colombia, Costa Rica, Croatia, Curacao, Czech Republic, Denmark, República Dominicana, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador.
What did she just say? What was that? I think her voice broke. We play it again. What did she just say? What the hell was that? What was that? What? I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know what she was screaming. What? I don't know, but you got it. Here we go.
I would love to take you out on a date.
Oh, that's my boyfriend.
Oh, you guys are together?
Yeah.
Oh. Can I take him out on a date? I'm asking
Can I
you.
be first?
Should we rock, paper, scissors?
Should I be first?
I don't really know how
For
to.
real.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't really know how to fight.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
you wanna
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black power. Black power.
Shout out to Kubar Vasquez, but yeah. But yeah, according to that dude, we're not together. You right. We not together. According to that dude, we're not together. All right. Cool. Get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. And there you go. Get some. Get some. Get some. Some picante sauce. Get some picante sauce.
Oh, what the hell is all that damn dribbling in my house? I know you ain't dribbling that basketball. Nothing, Mom.
Get some. All right, here we go. Y'all don't like this. Yes, sir. All right. How did he figure it out? He's like 8. So the black boy and the Asian figured it out, but everybody else said nah. But I bet if he was white, they'd let him rock. All right, say less. All right. For one, I need y'all to stop playing these friends. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? First off, this is a Lamborghini, number one. Number two, why would you do this and put this up? This is not funny, folks. She could have crashed this car and killed everybody in the car. Why are we playing like this? I didn't find this funny. First off, you have an old woman in the car. She could have had a heart attack. I get y'all trying to do these TikTok videos for views and all that and have fun. Do you know that you're sitting in a Lamborghini right now? I'm pretty sure this is not paid off. They can revoke your lease on this. Oh, y'all didn't know that. Oh, yeah. Lamborghini, Ferrari, and Bugatti and all these supercar companies, they can revoke your lease if you damage their cars in this manner. Sir, this is how you're going to look when they tell you, give us back the keys. Black people, we got to do better. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, they finna fight. You know they about to fight. I think he trolled him. That was funny though. He kept telling him, don't you draw him. Karens.
Business? Why you have to come over?
Fuck
You
off.
cannot mind your own business. You have to come over and tell
Skank.
somebody
Shut up,
that you don't
skank.
like me.
Shut up,
By the way, white on white crime again.
skank.
You have to come and you have to walk over.
Fuck you.
You
in
can't
the heart.
mind your own business.
She lives in where do you live now? You don't even live
You
around
cannot mind your own business. You're the Karen of the neighborhood.
here.
You have nothing better to do. And
I'm
you
the
have to walk
Karen. I'm
over
the Karen.
and tell the movers that I'm a horrible person.
You know what? Fuck you in the heart.
That's a new one. F you in the heart. Okay. White on white crime. There you go.
Nah, you need to learn how to stop putting your hands on people, alright? I told him throw this out top of your head if you keep messing with him and call you coconut head, alright? So leave him alone next time, alright? Goodbye. It don't matter if it's not hard. You need to learn how to stop putting your hands on people, alright? I told him throw this out top of your head if you keep messing with him and call you coconut head, alright? So leave him alone next time, alright? Goodbye.
Good and bye. All right, say less. Say less. All right, you got it. Get some. Get some. Now, why would you do this to this little boy? You wrong for that. They'll traumatize this little boy. Why would y'all do that? Y'all wrong for that. You know he wrong for that. He should have fell in them slippers. Why y'all traumatize that little boy for? That ain't cool. Get some. By the way, white on white crime again. Run! Run, you convict. Run, you convict. Shout out to Texas. I don't think he got shoes on either. He gone. He gone. Where deputy? What's up, deputy? Where you at, deputy? He over the fence.
Yo! He said not
He over the fence. He gone. He gone.
He gone, y'all.
He gone. Go ahead, deputy. Go ahead, deputy. You got it. Get some.
I'm a bitch of mom. If they mess with my sister, right? You think I'm like clean kid? Put apart, boy. I'm King Sister. What you talking about? What you talking about?
All right, y'all got that. Yeah, the youth, right? According to him. It's music. Now, this was called Donut Day for dads and their children. I think dads and sons. I think that's what it was. No, dads and their kids. Yeah. But we're not getting to the youth, right? Yeah, all right. Yes, sir. This is down here where I'm at. Oh, Lord. All right, we'll do it for the family.
The reason why I have a Ugandan queen and I don't have an
Wakandan
American
queen.
woman is 3 reasons, okay?
Lord have mercy. Boy, them white folk, boy. And they age horrible, boy.
Number one, American women are addicted to Instagram. You hear what I'm saying to you? I want a real love. I'm not talking about likes. I'm not talking about follows. I'm talking about love in real life, okay? And if you want real love, then you need to go to Uganda. Next thing, America is ate up with the hookup culture, all right? You know what hookup culture is?
So he went all the way to Africa to get this check. All right, say less.
That means you sleep with somebody one day and then you sleep with someone else the next. I'm not about that hookup culture. I'm a one-woman man. That's it, okay? My third reason, and this is it, and I'm really tired that I have to do these videos for y'all, but this is the truth, okay? So please listen and listen good. The last time, those American women, they were...
Sister, if you
They didn't even let him get his third reason off. They cut it off. They know he's full of it. Must be nice. Hopefully she will not be on the BBC News. But let's keep going. Get some. You're wrong for that.
Wait a second. What's that smell?
You're wrong for that.
It's you. Ooh, tell me, were you just playing in the woods? Because you smell like trees. And I love trees.
All right. Black folks. Lord. Music. Who did this? Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. It's hilarious, but y'all wrong for that. One more time for the folk.
Please, don't leave her. Never leave her.
You wrong for that. All right, get y'all's tissues.
I'm so happy, mommy. I'm so happy, mommy.
Now he got his iPad for Christmas. Get some. Get some.
Chance, you happy?
Get some.
Yes.
Get some.
Oh, you happy?
Get some. Get some.
Be happy. You happy? Look at it.
Get some. Good job, young man. Show your emotion. Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Racism. Children, say it with me. Racism. Yes, true. All right. So
Now
here's
she's going
the
to
deal.
talk
If you've
about
ever
the
seen
interstate
white
system
land
in
traffic
Atlanta.
is so bad. White land traffic is so bad is because of racism. Children, say it with me. Racism. Yes, true. All right. So here's the deal. If you've ever seen a picture of Atlanta, you'll know that 75, 85, and 400, there's these 4 major interstates on the top end of Atlanta that all converge together and go straight down through the middle of Atlanta. And if you had any sense, you'd be like, why the fuck would anybody build it like that? The reason is because of racism. All right. So 400 was actually supposed to connect with 675 on the south. And it didn't because it was going to cut through Morningside and Virginia. And those are very predominantly white areas, very affluent areas with a lot of power. And they were like, nope, shut it down, build it through the middle. And you might also notice that 75 and 85, again, they converge. Why would anybody do that? Same thing. 75, 85 were supposed to be split. They said, nope, put it down through the middle. I know exactly where to put it. I'm going to put it in Sweet Auburn. And you might be asking, what is Sweet Auburn? Sweet Auburn is where Martin Luther King and his father used to have their church, Ebenezer, and you can still go there today and check it out, and it's gorgeous and beautiful, but it's not like what it was supposed to be, and it's not like what it was, because this was the epicenter of Black power in the city, and they destroyed it. All of the Black-owned businesses, everything gone, destroyed it. So then you can also take a look at 20, which runs east to west. And you might notice if you're driving through the city, how the street names, they'll change, right? So if you're on the south side, it's Moreland Avenue. And then if you're on the north side, it's Ponce or Scott. And the reason that it changes, racism, because the white people didn't want to share their address with Black people. So they changed the name once you hit that line and go up above it where the white people lived and then the Black people lived down here. Racism. And don't even get me started on MARTA, or as I should say, the old whites would say, moving Africans rapidly through Atlanta. They completely destroyed.
I'm gonna have to hook up with Great Black Shark on that and see if what she said was accurate, because I saw some of the comments and they said that she was kind of off on some places, but her assessment is somewhat right. So I'm gonna hook up with him. Here we go.
And the entire time he ate his breakfast.
Can I go ask him?
Ask him what?
Is he Steve Harvey?
I don't think that's Steve Harvey, baby. And I don't think he wanted his breakfast interrupted with you asking him if he's Steve Harvey. He does look like him, though.
Anyway, diamond earrings.
She didn't believe me, so she did her own research. My little sister.
Yeah, that wasn't Steve Harvey, but you know, at least you can recognize faces, so that's good. That's a video I showed y'all. Here we go. Where are my Southern people at?
So the first thing y'all come up with here and say is this. Well, we're gonna take the collars. Hold on, I'm gonna put this camera down. We're gonna take the collars, and this is what we do. We cut around the stem. What? Look, my grandmama and them taught us how to do this. Hold on. Shuck. We call it chucking. Shuck. See? That's that old school, like me and older people. Shuck lightly and take it off the damn stem. Not no. We gonna cut this and roll this and cut. No. Old school. Just like duck, duck, goose. Duck, duck, goose. Duck, duck, goose.
She ain't lied. And it's actually faster to do it that way. Should I play this? Yeah. It was
Fuck up and wait for the next one. That ass. Because I'm trying to get to my destination. I'm late. Been waiting since 2:07. Y'all know what time it is? 4:32.
Now, by the way, this is on the LIRR, the double-decker train. So this is going out to Suffolk County. By the way, she's pregnant, and they're letting her get off like this.
What is wrong with y'all?
There you go. They let her get off. I know a lot of y'all saw this, but
and fries and pans on the floor, a mouse walking around, and employees not wearing shoes. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson was on scene while the Marion County Public Health Department shut it down.
Community leaders and residents say what
Fair
happened
use.
here is a disgrace to the Far East Side.
Well, y'all serving people this food and well, y'all crazy.
This viral video shows chicken and pans on the floor, employees without shoes, and mice inside this popular restaurant on 42nd and Post Road.
Look at this. Look at this.
The man exposing the conditions wants to remain anonymous. He says he was ordering a pan of chicken for his family on New Year's Eve and was disgusted by what he saw.
Okay, what do you want now? I don't want nothing.
This stuff was inhumane. What we seen on that video was unethical. There was no integrity, no morals.
The video outraged Far East Side residents and city county councilors.
We eat this place. We feed the community this. When less fortunate people are homeless, we come in here and we buy this food and we think we're giving them something of quality. And that was disgusting and broke my heart to hear mothers crying on the phone saying they feed their children this.
Since the video has surfaced that people have been sick, no one knew the level of horrible conditions that we are being served.
According to the Secretary of State's website, the establishment is registered as SDN Market, but signage and the restaurant's voicemail say Jordan's Fish and Chicken. The restaurant sits in Lakeisha Jackson's district. How popular is this restaurant?
It's pretty much popular because they also take EBT. And like I said, it's one of the few restaurants, if you look around in the area it's a food desert. Whether it's a grocery store or able to go to a restaurant that's in walking distance on public transportation, it's one of the few in the area. So whether they're forced to or popular by demand, it's where people like chicken and fish, and it's where they go to.
The Marion County Public Health Department tried to inspect the business this morning. The restaurant was closed with no employees in sight. Because of a large amount of grease poured outside of the restaurant and health concerns, inspectors temporarily shut down the business.
We want it completely shut down. We want it out of our community because that violation coming up to code will never change your integrity and the morals of what we seen in that video.
Jackson is fed up with people taking advantage of the Far East Side. She calls on the health department and city to hold business owners accountable.
We will no longer be the side. We need to be inclusive. We are part of the city of Indianapolis, period.
That was our Rachel Wilkerson reporting, and the health department says the Northeast Side restaurant will not open to the public until it passes an inspection. And we have also reached out to the owners, but we are still waiting to hear back. If you want to report.
Well, last I checked, the best thing you could have done was, this is where you should do what other cities have done and put what they call a grading system right where people can see it. Y'all complaining about this. See, this should be a lesson to y'all that you have to know where your money's going. You have to do accounting. I'm not even going to go in on y'all. Shout out to the brother who did the video, but at a certain point, y'all have to hold everything in your community accountable. Everybody and everything has to be held accountable. You live there. Trust and believe you live there. But maybe now y'all will wake up because you had the whole world look at your little neighborhood now. Let's see what you do with that. But let's continue. Now, this has been the subject of a lot of back and forth.
Why, Daddy?
Talk to your mama. Talk to your mama. Don't talk to me. Talk to your mama. Say, baby, why your mama wanted no money? And she told she wanted child support. And she think, I'm going to continue to do for y'all? Nah, that shit dead. Talk to your mama. Don't call me for nothing. Y'all don't even have to call me no more. Talk to your mama. Not me. Deal with your mama. Now call your mama and talk to your mama about it. Ask her why she did what she did. You gotta explain why I did what I did. Now, I would not be coming to get y'all no more. Yes, I am home. I'm not coming to get y'all no more. Talk to your mama. I don't care about how y'all She don't care about the kid. That hungry. So that shit. I'm not coming no more.
All right. That guy's an asshole. Number one. We're just gonna get that out the way. He's an asshole. I do not talk about adult business in front of children. Number one. Number two, I don't know why you're telling your kid this. Number three, the mama needs them kids taken away from her. I'm just gonna say it. They need them kids taken away from her. Why would you put your kids on speakerphone to have their father talk to them like this? Number four, based on what I heard in that video, if that man was active and he was paying, why would you go put that man on child support? If you needed more money, why didn't you sit down like an adult and talk to that man? If that man told you he can't do it, there's a reason. He may not have the means to do it. But your only recourse, instead of being an adult and trying to work out a resolution, you ran to the courts to put that man on papers. Because we really needed another black man in the system. So these parents are trash. The only people I feel sorry for are them kids. But let's continue. Now, y'all remember last week when I played that video of this Australian chick going off, talking about that black woman, click up, hashtag, whatever it's called. She came back and had to do an apology because people lit her up on TikTok. Let's see what she said.
Hi everyone, it's Kat here. I wanted to stitch this video and apologize to everybody out there that I have offended. I didn't understand fully at the time about this trend. I thought it was just about skin color, even though it's none of my business. If it was, I should not be offended. If my skin color is different, everybody is different.
There you go. That should have been the end of the video. You did a whole 2-minute 20 think piece. Ma'am, you're not black. You should have stayed out of this.
It could have been follow us if you've got curly hair, and am I going to turn around and get offended because my hair's straight? So I'm really sorry. Seems like it could have been an LGBT community vote. Follow us if you are. Am I going to get offended because I'm not gay? So I am really sorry about my video. I overreacted. I am not an asshole, guys. I have a lot of fear inside of me about the future. And it was only a few days ago I got really scared because I saw white supremacy stuff still going on, and I hate all of that stuff, and I'm scared about people fighting.
This is what you should do since you're white, ma'am. How about talk to your people? How about talk to your people? You could be the change. Maybe if more of y'all denounce white supremacy instead of benefiting off of it, maybe shit would change. Just a thought.
I'm scared about people fighting over religion. I'm scared of people fighting over...
Man, people are going to be fighting for religion till the end of time.
Cultures, and...
People are going to fight over their culture all day, every day.
And everything scares me, and I need to not take everything...
No, what you need to do is stay out of people's business. I don't even want to hear the rest. Stay out of people's business. Do your little bullshit videos and leave people alone. Son, this man is back, folks.
The doctor,
Dr.
he's
Love,
just 18
he back.
years old.
He got arrested again.
Examined
fair
a patient
use
today.
You will from my lawyer.
The charge,
practicing medicine without a license. The kid even had his own plush clinic.
Family,
located
this
on the
fool got arrested last time for doing the same thing. He went right back and did it again.
third floor of a deluxe medical building in West Palm Beach, Florida. He even gave himself a 5-star patient satisfaction rating and claimed to specialize in chronic fatigue syndrome, depression, psychosis, psychiatric diseases, and substance abuse.
This is the New Birthing Life Medical Center. Brand new.
Malachi Love Robinson gave a local news station a guided tour of the examination rooms at his clinic, and he denied any wrongdoing.
This story was broadcast everywhere. Like I'm some insane maniac that's just out here doing crazy things.
You could
Negro, you never went to medical school. That's why people got at you.
see Malachi Love Robinson's name on the lobby directory. That sticker is covering up the letters MD after his name. A dental hygienist working in the medical building says the teen recently offered her a job.
I thought he should be looking for a prom date instead of trying to hire doctors and nurses.
Robinson is being compared with TV's Doogie Howser, the 15-year-old kid genius played by Neil Patrick Harris back in the 90s. But now the career of this wannabe Doogie Howser seems to be over.
Well, how is he Doogie Howser if he's over 18? Yeah, get some. Get some. Get some. What did you do to get this thing to chase you like that? Get some. Yeah. Leave animals alone. We're going to skip forward a little bit. Get some. Get some. Get some. Bang. Ruin that car. Because you want to do it for the TikTok. Know what? I'm going to save those videos for next week. And yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But yeah, we're going to end Twitter things. All right. We're going to do the giveaway now. We're going to do the giveaway before I get up out of here. We're going to do the giveaway before I get up out of here. Now, I put up a community tab post about if you want to win the merch, you got to put in KGB. So we have 6 people. Water to a Whale, Chief Jonesy, Christiane, Sonny 81, Eric Johnson 1994, and Poppin' Tags because they clearance. So I will pick the winner and I will leave them a comment that you want to send me your email. So y'all got to give me a second. I am going to let it ride. We're going to pick the winner right now. Let's see. Who am I going to pick? I have picked my person. And in my email now, and y'all can say congratulations to the winner. So the winner is Chief Jonesy. Chief Jonesy, congratulations. Hit me up on the email and we will get that sent out to you. The coupon code. Again, shout out to Chief Jonesy. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. But yeah, family, I've got to go finish cooking. But I appreciate y'all coming through. Again, shout out to Shawn James. If y'all are inclined, please make sure y'all go give him a subscription over on his channel. Also give that man a look through on his books. They're available on Amazon and his website. And yes, even thank you to Ron for coming through to explain the Passport Bros. Because we're not about hate. We're about education over here. So before I go, if y'all are on Twitter, Black Alpha and Beatzilla are doing a space. And they are talking with Brother Marcel Dixon about reparations. Because as I alluded to at the beginning of the show, there's been a lot that was going down over the weekend. There were a lot of spaces talking about reparations and who's really about reparations, who isn't. I stayed out of those spaces. I don't know what was said. I saw the Twitter posts afterwards. People were calling each other names. I'm like, I'm not even going to be part of that. So I guess Beatzilla and Black Alpha wanted to join Marcel and click up and really explain the reparations movement and what it entails. I guess have a definitive line in the sand. So again, if y'all are so inclined, I would say go over there and listen to it. You can listen to it on the browser. Thank you, Nubian DNA. I like this hat too. I do. This is my debate hat. Anytime I get into a debate, I put this hat on. So that's the new thing. But yes, I will see y'all again next week. There will be a video out for Wednesday. I will record that either later tonight or tomorrow. I started a new series called The 48 Laws of Black Empowerment. I got to get back onto putting up the next 4, so that's going to be a struggle as hell. But yeah, get that done. Brother Torian just did his series doing Black Massacres. So make sure you check that out. That's every Wednesday. I'm sure Afro Elite will be streaming later. Check him out. And yeah, I think that's it. Yes, that is it. And the Black Alpha Cast is tomorrow. But yeah, you know how that is. But yeah. So all y'all take care. Stay safe out there. And y'all know what to do when the agitators of peace come to mess up your peace.